All right, so we started recording.
Cool.
All right.
Just happy to be here. We finally got it. We finally saw it. We
Yeah,
laughed.
man.
We cried.
Yes.
We did it all. We're here. Post No Way Home. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead. Start us off, brother.
All right, yo, you are now rocking with the best comic book podcast on the East and the West, North and the South, any continent that you could get about. All I'm saying right now is that, yo, I don't give a shit what anybody wants to do, whether we got to record this shit or we got to do this shit live. Y'all ain't stopping us. We go on Spotify. We go on Apple Podcasts. We go on YouTube. We go on Twitch. I can fucking draw y'all motherfuckers saying this shit and stand outside in Times Square with the fucking notepad and go and show y'all motherfuckers.
I'm texting Tom Holland right now.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen, I'm not saying that these motherfuckers are racist. But what I am saying that it's a coincidence that a bunch of fucking Spanish men from New York tried to do some shit, and next thing you know, we getting blocked.
Making some noise out here, and, you know, we made it all the way up to YouTube ranks, so we're doing something right. You're not gonna get to where you're going without being banned a few times.
That's right. That's right. Yo, it's the Knucklehead Comics in the building. To my right.
What? Yeah.
Well, to my left, you're right. In the middle, we got the main man, the punishment, Lay. What's going on, Lay?
Yes, and the great thing about it is I wore the appropriate shirt.
Sure.
For a little moment of grind my gears, if you would. So give me the time.
Oh yeah. And then to his left, the far right of the screen, we got the Book of Knowledge himself. We got Cap in the building. What's going on, Cap?
Show that shirt. Show that Spidey shirt. Yes,
Nice.
sir.
This is the only one I had.
So that shit is dope though, son. I like it.
That's it, man. And yo, below me, but not beneath me, we got the one, the only, the web slinger Cabs in the building. What's going on, Cabs?
What's up, y'all? We're gonna make it happen. Rain, sleet, or snow. We're here. We saw it, and I cannot wait to get into it, bro.
Hell yeah. And we got a special guest, a special guest. This one and only from the call up, Kenny. What's going on, my guy?
What is the deal, everybody? Thank you for having me on here. I had an amazing time watching this video for the movie, and I had a whole bunch of questions for Cap and for all you guys as well. So I'm honored to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you, brother.
It's a privilege. That's what happened with YouTube. YouTube seeing that us minorities joining forces together, trying to rock the world. They're like, nope. Can't let it happen. Man, always trying to keep us down, B. That's crazy.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I hear what you're saying. I feel you, Toe. I'm on your camp. I'm on your side.
I hear you. I'm about to change my name to Jacob Paul or whichever one they want to go for. I'm just saying. Yo, YouTube, you want a box? Let's do it. I ain't got no money to offer, but I got some CDs. CDs right here. CDs pause. Let's go. I take this shit personal. I take this shit personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even me. It's these guys right here around us. And every single one of them, for every podcast that we do, is these guys putting in the fucking work. And these guys are taking their time out of their day. And you're fucking up them. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. I take this shit personal. But, yo, we came here to do a job. And everybody wants to know the real truth and the real review of the SpiderMan No Way Home.
Real quick, though. If you guys are going to watch this, and you haven't watched it yet, this is full-on spoiler review. We're going to spoil other shit that you might not have seen, other properties, full-on spoiler warning. If you're one of those people that doesn't care about spoilers and, in fact, watch spoilers to hype you up to watch this movie, I still highly advise against that.
Oh, yeah.
Go watch the movie, bro, for real.
Yep. On that note, I gotta go watch the movie. Then I'll come right back.
Peace out.
Yeah, for real. We'll see you when you come back.
4 hours.
Before we start off with Lay, because I see Lay sitting there with his arms crossed, I just want to give everybody the spoiler warning. You know what I'm saying?
Tactical nuke incoming!
That's right. If you don't want to be spoiled, what you do is you put this shit on mute, you leave it running, and shut the fuck up and get out of here. We need the views. All right. That's right. Yo, Lay, hit us off with your review, man. What you think of Far From Home, bro?
From the get, I absolutely loved it. Every little nuance or reference, like if you read the comics, any of them, even the ones that aren't that popular, There's a little something in all of them in there. Like, you know, they give you, like, you're going to sit there and go. And I'm literally doing it. And there's a girl sitting like a seat from me going. And I'm like, and her boyfriend is completely lost. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. But
Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV.
You're going. And then you have a little laugh to you because you know something that nobody else does. I remember one point where when the Green Goblin wasn't the Green Goblin, when he was Norman.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I just started laughing to myself, like, "Oh man, don't work that way, son. He's not always the Green Goblin. He's a businessman first, and you know, there's that split personality or whatever."
You weren't there.
Those little moments. Those little moments, man. And when you see when Doc first arrives and he's like, I have no idea who you are. Like Spider-Man's like, I don't know you. And all of a sudden the mask comes off and he goes, who the fuck? Like he's like, in other words, he's like, who the fuck are you? I mean, you're not Peter Parker. He goes, actually I am.
Yeah.
But not yours. And I also felt they did Jamie Foxx a lot better than before. You know what I'm saying? I feel him not being blue helps.
Yep.
Jamie Foxx is a whole point of conversation right now.
I gotta mention this. Andrew Garfield literally did his thing. He was literally like he felt like the emotional anchor because
he put a tear to your eye.
He lost somebody, but Peter had MJ, and and the other Peter, Toby, he had his MJ, and he's like, I lost my MJ and Uncle Ben. So I'm like, you're like, damn, son. When they were on the school roof and they were talking, I shed tears, son.
Yeah, that was a rough scene.
Not on May 9. Them talking about, yo, bro, we understand how you feel. Yeah. And believe where we're coming from. We did it. Yep. You don't need to. At all, son. And it's just that, man. And then Doctor Strange, of course, which was hilarious. Doctor Strange goes, I've been in the Grand Canyon for 12 hours. The little throwback to the Loki.
To Loki.
Yeah. He's also like, oh, so that's what that feels like. Fuck stuff. And then when Tom Holland and Peter figured out that all the mirror thing is his math. He goes, it's math. I'm great at this. I got this. So it shows you that thing I've always wanted for Batman, that little genius. That
for
genius
Peter, for Spider-Man.
We didn't get a lot of it in the other Spider-Man, but in this one, there's so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
This Tom Holland version, there's a lot of that scientist. And I love when Peter gets that due. You know what I mean? And I was dying because I was telling my cousin Fern that at one point Shang-Chi and Spider-Man have met.
Oh yeah.
And Spider-Man has never beaten him in a fight, but Shang-Chi shows him Spider-Fu in other words, to complement the way to his strength and the way he moves.
I got a theory on that. We'll go later. Remind me later. I got a theory on that.
Got you, man. And it was
just completely made up theory.
I felt like the meme came to life. Every comic book came to life, and the way everything wrapped up, I thought it was beautiful because it was like almost a soft reboot. In a sense, like it's a prequel, soft reboot, like you can start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he can meet MJ, and he can have these villains that we don't have, like Negative Man, or even his own Craven or whatever. You know what I mean? And I remember somebody texted me and goes, "Yo, but they got rid of Venom." I was like, "Did they? Did you pay attention to that scene?"
Oh God!
At the very end of the scene, did you pay attention?
Mm-hmm.
I go, "Why?" You go, "Why did they close up on the table?" He goes, "That's it."
Yep.
It was on that table, so he's gonna have his Venom and his Carnage, and it's funny. He made a hard choice, which sucked, but it was perfect for anybody that's a fan. Once you saw that costume at the end, you're like, "There we go, there we go." That's the. And then the post-credit scene, which is What If brought to life, which was amazing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That post-credit scene, you're like, "Oh, we're doing that." Yes, we saw Miss American Chavez and everything like that. You know what I mean? That was dope, man. I am so ready for more, but I read somewhere that Tom Holland wants to take a break and do other stuff. I go, good. So bring Andrew Garfield. You can do with that what DC does with Batman. Like, you know how they have their multiple Batmans?
Mm-hmm.
Do that with Spider-Man. You've pretty much introduced, except for Toby. Toby looking like he was done for it. He didn't want no. He didn't want no more Spider-Man.
Oh
So,
man,
yeah,
Spider-Man.
It was just a one-off.
Andrew looked good, and of course, Tom is still relatively extremely young, so you can definitely go back and forth with those two guys. You know what I mean? Definitely could do that. And like I said, man, I loved almost everything about it. Like the stuff that I didn't like was just, like Doctor Strange wasn't in that long, but that's just like, yeah. To me, the second best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen, because Spider-Verse is still, it's like, come on, man. I mean, come on, son. You can't get better than that, man. If Kingpin would have been in this one, that might have been a problem.
I got theories.
Yeah. Say, I'm with you on that one, but my own review is, listen, go watch it. I watch it in 4D, by the way, and I was not ready for the water. I was like, oh, what the? I was like, oh, okay, that's right. That's just the whole experience. That's right. Yeah. But go watch it and do yourself a favor. Just be a fan. That's it. That's all I tell you. Just be a fan. Don't just enjoy every moment of it from beginning to end. And little nuance. If you're a comic book fan, you'll get it. And if not, you're gonna ask somebody that you know. But what does this mean? Got you. Reference you to this comic book, this page. You'll see it right there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, awesome movie, amazing. Second favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? And one of my favorites, like almost, I would say like it cracks the top 10 Marvel movies, like comic book movies for me. Crack it there, I mean, my number one is Winter Soldier, clearly. I mean, of course, But yeah, watch it. It's fucking amazing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's fucking amazing. I cannot be disappointed.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's what's up, Lay. Beautiful review right there. All right, let's get to Cabs, because I know Cabs is chomping at the bit. We're gonna get to Cabs and then Kenny next. But yo, let's go, Cabs. Hit us up.
Oh man, so I was lucky enough to watch it twice. So the second time was a little bit. I noticed a couple more things that I didn't on the first. So again, like I said at the beginning, whether you're a fan, whether you're not, whether you're into the MCU, whether you're not, whether you're a DC guy or a Marvel guy, this was just fan service in the most beautiful platter that you'll ever get in your life. It was nice and warm. It was the correct temperature. You're able to gobble it down and still enjoy it. It wasn't cold at all. There were still moments, of course, when you're dealing with so many villains and so many cast members. We have made it obvious already. Yes, the big question or the big mystery, Toby and Andrew definitely showed up. And I gotta be honest, like, even though we knew that they were coming, I was still shocked. It wasn't like a little thing like, hey, look, we're Spider-Man. Hey, we're gonna fucking help you out. No. They like lend to Peter one or Tom. They lend to him. They lend to him so much. It's incredible. This movie is, personally, I'm giving it a 10. Like, for me, my experience, how I saw it, it was incredible. If I were to review a little bit more, non-biased, it's still up 9.1, maybe 9.2. I did have some gripes. Marvel likes to dig themselves into holes and then, carry themselves out later. We'll see how the discussions go, and we'll talk a little bit about more what I'm talking about later on. I think it was just incredible. So I saw it. The first time I saw it was Thursday evening. I went to like a nicer theater, a little bit more expensive. You could get the drinks, you could get the food. I did that because I didn't want clappers. I didn't want a clappy theater. And even though we still had some moments and people were saying stuff, but usually, I wanted to enjoy it. The next time I saw it was Friday at 11 a.m. And there was so much kids there. Like, bruh, like, school has not ended yet. School ends next week. So your parents let you cut school for Spider-Man. That's how serious this movie is, bro. Like, I couldn't even stay home from school when I was sick, let alone to watch a flick, bro. That's how serious. People were dressed up in costumes. people were doing the memes all over the world, bro. Wherever there was a theater, there were at least 3 dudes dressed in a Spider-Man outfit doing the meme. We got the meme in the movie, by the way, y'all. We did it. It was perfect. It was beautiful. It was set up perfect.
Mhm.
This is closure to everything that is Spider-Man. I mean, there is questions, of course, but this is closure to a lot that is Spider-Man. We were always saying things like, yo, I love how the MCU skipped over this Spider-Man's origin. Like, no, bro, how this movie ends, we were watching the origin the entire 3 films. And at the end of this movie, after the wish goes awry, they get all the villains, they do what they got to do, but then Strange, they're too late. Green Goblin, shout out Willem Dafoe. Green Goblin blows shit up, and everything is coming in through the multiverse, and Peter ultimately needs to sacrifice the biggest sacrifice he's ever made, because this is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a failure, but the thing about Spider-Man, he always fixes them failures somehow. It could be ugly, it could be gritty, it could be stupid, it could be weird, but he always gets back up. Like I've said plenty times on this podcast, the greatest thing about Spider-Man is that he always chooses the neighborhood over himself. Always. So when this movie ends, everybody basically forgets who Peter Parker is, forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. We'll go into those loopholes later because, oh my God. But essentially the last scene, which this wasn't the best ending I've ever seen in a Marvel movie, but man, this was perfect. It wasn't grandiose, it wasn't loud, it was just real. The last scene of this movie, Peter tries to go into a diner and remind Ned and MJ that he is their friend. He sees them super happy, super safe. He's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Big spoiler here, Aunt May passes away in this movie. So no one knows who Peter Parker is at this point. He doesn't have anybody left who he's willing to sacrifice to so that they can remember him. He don't got Aunt May no more. Uncle Ben died, all of that. So the last shot of this movie is Peter going into a broke down New York City studio apartment, probably like $5,000 a month. I don't know how he's affording this.
Word.
And we see him sew his own suit. There's no Tony. There's no money. We are going to see Spider-Man now. The Spider-Man we've all wanted. We're going to see him now. And that's how this movie ends. It was beautiful closure for Tom, even though he is signed on for one movie. It was the most amazing closure for Andrew. Andrew came in and was like, yo, I'm going to show you guys why my Spider-Man kicked ass. And he steals the show. We've always said that he was an amazing Spider-Man on this show. We said if Peter Parker's a little too cool for school, a little emotional. He's still very much that same way in this movie. But he rips it. Toby, Peter too, he got some good closure. It was just a beautiful way to wrap everything up and try to make sense of everything. Why there's 2 Spider-Mans, why Venom is over here, all of that stuff. And I think for the most part they delivered. There's a couple of plot holes, some massive ones, some little ones. But if you look away from the little plot holes and some of the stupid details in the movie, it is just incredible. I saw in my theater the second time, I saw Abuelita over there. This lady had to be at least 85 years old. Poor lady couldn't walk up the stairs without help. And like the people walking her were like, hey, like I waited back and they were like, hey, we're sorry. I'm like, look, take your time. Abuelita's here to watch Spider-Man. Take your time and just take the kids, take the fam, take everyone, take tissues. It was just an incredible experience. So fun. Still not my favorite Spider-Man of all time. That goes to Into the Multiverse. They did it first. But yeah, it was just incredible experience. Everybody needs to go watch that movie ASAP.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay.
Forgot to mention, great seeing Charlie Cox back as Daredevil.
Oh yes.
Well,
Oh yes.
Oh, we'll get into that, bro.
So
we'll get into that.
There's some fun stuff where we could be a lot of that guy and a lot of this guy. So
Oh yeah.
you can find a way to get in there. Because if you have one, you definitely have the other.
Shit,
two pieces of the pie.
I was gonna say during my review, you guys forgot about that, but good catch, like good catch.
He said Willem Dafoe, and I completely forgot that Willem Dafoe like destroyed everybody.
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The acting was on full display from a lot of people.
There
was everybody was acting well, even Jamie, but like Willem Dafoe and Andrew Garfield definitely shined. They 100%.
Oh yeah. All right, now we got the man from the call up, Kenny. What's going on, bro? Let's see what you got to say.
What is going on? So I can't go into like full detail like everybody else is going to go into tonight. I really enjoyed this movie. You know, I don't really like read a lot of comic books, but the comic books that do, you know, read and stuff, I especially wanted to be SpiderMan. I think it played well. Like they took bits and pieces of like every comic to like bring this stuff together and like paint like this beautiful picture. It made you laugh. It made you cry. It made you question a lot of things that went on in the movie, like especially with all the villains coming out from the different universes of Spider-Man and, you know, and Peter Parker. It was just like, okay, we seen these guys, but what happened to the others? You know, so it was just like, where are they hiding? You know, and are we going to end up seeing them, you know, like down the line? I had a lot of questions, and I was so glad that, you know, like you guys are doing this now, because it was just like at one point when I saw it at the first time, and like, you know, Peter Parker goes into the restaurant and he sees his two friends, and he's just like, he doesn't say, he's like rehearsing the line of just saying like, I love you, and just, you know, my name is Peter Parker and stuff. And then he finally sees her, and he sees that everybody's, like you said, like they're happy and they're safe. And you're like, why didn't you say anything? Right. And that's what my first take was, like, why didn't he say something? She was still wearing the
necklace.
Yeah, that she had that was given to her. She had the scar on the top of her head and stuff like that. So I'm just like, man,
that's
like,
why. That's why.
Yeah. And then she gave him like a look, like she sort of like had a feeling like who he is. Like, I've seen you before, but I don't know. Like, it was, you know, you give somebody that look like you look familiar, but I just don't know from where, type of thing. And everybody in the theater where I was watching it was just like, it's Peter, you know, because I had like kids in the theater with me, you know, and I was just like, oh my God, just say something. But then when I left the theater and I had a couple of hours after like really processing the movie, I said, he did that just to save them, to keep them safe. Like, he didn't want them to come back into his world, you know. And just seeing at the end when he goes and he's living alone, and especially what Tobey Maguire said, it was like he's going to be challenged, and you're going to see a different side of Spider-Man now, being that he's alone and nobody knows who he is. Like, we're going to see a more mature Spider-Man going in, because it's like he had his friends, he had Happy, he had Iron Man, he had all these people to help him, to guide him through this you know, his journey. And now we're gonna end up seeing him just being alone, you know,
broke.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're gonna see a whole completely different, mature Spider-Man going in, right? And one thing that I did love, and I was kind of wishing maybe they would like maybe cast a kid to do it, was that they referenced Miles Morales in the movie when Jamie Foxx was talking, and Jamie Foxx was like, man, I kind of thought that you was black because you came from Queens, you were broke and all this other stuff, and everybody
you help poor people.
You help poor people. So everybody laughed. It was just like, oh, let's talk about Miles Morales. So I thought that was cute when they did that. So, but
I got some Miles Morales stuff too, baby.
Yeah, I have to watch it again. You know, I gotta see it. I was hoping to see it tomorrow, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. But eventually, I'll see it again. So, Show.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Right on time, Show. Right on time, man. Because we had Lay, we had Kaz, we had Kenny give their reviews, and I want to hear what you got to say about this movie. And yo, that was a beautiful review, Kenny. We got the claps going on over here in the South Side.
on the south side.
Wait a minute. Kenny got the claps? What?
Yeah, Kenny got the
on
claps.
Claps on the south side.
Oh.
That's what made it sound dirty. If it was just claps, fine. But claps on the south side, that made it dirty.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Cavs. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
What's going on, show?
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
That's for the Tone the Show podcast, baby. Right now we talking about Spider-Man No Way From Home. You see? No Way Home. But
damn.
you saw it yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, yo. First off, that clap for this guy.
Yeah, I was doing my homework. Just for y'all.
Yeah.
And came on time.
Thank you to wifey. Got me the tickets.
Word. You know, yo, claps to wifey, son.
Yeah.
Definitely claps for
Yeah. We giving Show's whole family a round of applause.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do.
They understood the assignment. Yeah.
All right.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. So, Show, what'd you think of it, bro?
As a rookie looking in, to me, this movie was awesome. I felt like a little kid again.
Yeah.
I went with my son. I went with both my sons, the whole family, wifey. But I was sitting with my son. My wife was sitting on another section. Which, by the way, I haven't been to. Keep over there.
Get away from me.
By the way, I haven't been to theaters in a while.
Yeah, that was an experience too.
Ooh, yo, they had the reclining chairs. I was in heaven, bro. They brought the food to me and everything. But anyways,
He
you
went to a fancy place.
You went to a you dropped like a bill out there with the kids and the wifey. You dropped like a bill out there.
Got money.
I had the snacks. Wifey got the tickets. I don't know what it came out to combine, but we in the stacks.
Yo, show. I just want to say,
what's up, baby? Take me out
You see?
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Take me out to dinner.
Yo, somebody got some shit.
I feel you. Anyways, I was sitting next to my son, and I felt like a little kid. Every time something happened, I would look to him. He's probably not understanding the movie. It's probably the first Spider-Man he goes to see or something. He's young. I'm like, look. He's like, yo, he's looking at me like, leave me alone, fam. Like, stop touching me.
Word.
You were being the child.
I was
excited. Yeah.
I was, and it's you guys prepping me. Yeah, turning me into this MCU master. Well, not yet. I'm a rookie, but matter of fact, I'm in the middle now. I think. Some stuff I noticed. Thanks to you guys. Yeah. It was a great movie. It was a great beginning. Love that you know what's crazy, by the way, round of applause to you guys, because wait, he's gonna press it. Don't worry, go ahead.
You know I always press my shit, Show.
Exactly. No. You guys are awesome, bro. Like, either you guys work for MCU or on the low, y'all got money. I don't know, bro. Hook us up, B. Don't be like that. I know y'all work for the MCU. How the fuck y'all fucking guessed half of the shit that was gonna happen?
Well, you know the internet.
Word, hey, yo.
The internet is a thing.
Okay. I thought y'all was guessing. Okay.
Because it's like you guess a lot of these things, and then you see it online, like someone takes your take as well, and you're like, oh, you feel a little bit more confident about it. Then you see more people say the same thing. Like, oh, I was thinking the same thing. Then you bring it to a podcast, you sound like a fucking genius. You know
I know, bro. Yeah. But man, I'm like, whoa, they brought back Matt Murder. Wait a minute. They said that in the podcast. I'm like, I gotta go back. I gotta ask them. They got money.
The thing is, it made perfect sense.
Yeah,
there's two lawyers. There's two lawyers in all of MCU, apparently. There's only two lawyers. Like lawyers that are, it's She-Hulk. Clearly she's not. She has her own thing going on.
She has her own thing.
It has one lawyer left. And he and Spider-Man have actually traded places plenty of times.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, he's really affordable.
Yeah.
Right now, he's willing to do anything.
He shows up. Hey, and you know who's funny? Happy knows him. And how do you connect that back to the Ben Affleck one?
Yes, sir.
Because Happy was Foggy in the Ben Affleck one. You know what I'm saying? People forget that. Jon Favreau was in that MCU kind of movie first, you know.
By the way, I have completed season 1 of Daredevil.
Nice.
Yes.
Two more to go.
Season 1.
Nice.
I was I was like the first couple episodes, like, okay, I remember this. I remember Rosario Dawson. I remembered when I stopped remembering was like episode 7. That's when I was like, okay, this I'm not remembering. Like when Styx shows up, I don't remember any of this. So, and whether you want to call it canon or not, they sure do reference Avengers 1 in that damn show, at least the first season. They mentioned it the first 10 minutes. I was like, why is this not canon? Whatever. That's a whole other podcast.
Nah, I hear you. So, show. Continue, bro.
Matt Murdock, Matt Murdock, awesome. I loved the way.
Real quick, it's Matt Murdock, not Matt Murdock.
Listen,
He's not a rapper.
why not? Come on, man. Let me make him black.
I like Matt Murdock.
Yeah,
Matt
he's gonna do the year-end wrap up with Uncle Murder.
Yo, I love that the blind guy caught the brick. That joint was, to me, was hilarious. I was dying in the movie theaters. My man say clink.
The fact that
I'm a really,
nobody
I'm
said
a, I'm a
anything
really
about
good
it, I go,
lawyer.
How do you do that? I'm a very, very good lawyer. I go, that
I'm a
has
good
nothing
lawyer.
to do with your reflexes. I would have sit there like, no, that makes no sense. The law has nothing to do with you catching bricks.
Exactly. Which
Anyway, yeah, it's fun.
great thing that they brought back together. Are we spoiling? Is this a spoiler?
Yes, 100%. Tactical nukes.
After spoils Matt Murdock. Yo, we spoiling?
Oh, no, that was a simple one.
Yeah, it was.
Well, to be honest with you,
a lot in the MCU, at least to a bigger thing. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, Matt Murder is the first lawyer in the Knucklehead comics.
For real.
Yeah,
no, he's the first rapper in our thing, our music department. We got wrestling, we got it all, man.
That's right. The only thing we don't have is a fucking YouTube channel, cocksuckers. Go ahead, show.
My bad. I set that up.
Yeah, you did. It's all right, though. Yo, I take every advantage.
Back to another prediction you guys made. Awesome moment when they brought all the Spider-Mans back together. All
and it was just
people at the theater were going crazy. Well, each person clapped for their Spider-Man. Like when Andrew Garfield came out, certain people started, yeah. And then when Tobey Maguire came out, I think I was like the only one. Woo, Tobey, that's my Spider-Man. Because I told you I like Tobey. I'm the only one that
my theater clapped for both, like super loud. Okay. Like you would think it was a basketball game and they were scoring the freaking they were scoring the last point to win the game. Like if Stephen Curry freaking broke the record and we was watching it live.
Super Bowl level claps.
Exactly. Like everybody won money. That's how loud they got.
Oprah was hosting the movie.
It was 9 in the morning. People were tired. I was the only jackass clapping, losing my head.
Nice.
Seriously, I was on some. They're like, oh, I'm alone. Cool. I'm alone. All right.
Yo, considering all the kids that were in the theater with me, like these were some pretty smart kids that knew their history because they clapped at Matt, they clapped at Toby, they clapped at Andrew. They could not stop. They even clapped for Doc Ock, and I remember saying mad loud, I'm like, yo, he's in the trailer. And like some OG dude, like older dude behind me, he's like, yeah, like he's in the trailer. But still, you gotta clap for that.
Not all of us saw the trailer.
Word. Yeah. I followed Toe's instructions. I try not to watch anything, and it worked.
Okay, no, good. Go into it blind. That's the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know Jamie Foxx was in it. My boy Electro, woo! Jamie did a great job to me.
Looking smooth too.
I know my man came out looking brolic.
Yeah, he came out looking nice. Yeah.
I wonder if that was CGI or he's actually.
No. Jamie works out. He does a lot of training too, like martial arts. He does like he works out for sure.
I mean, you've seen from Any Given Sunday on. He did that whole that Ryan Reynolds and goes, oh, I like being in shape. I'm gonna keep doing this. That kind of deal. Yeah.
Nice.
But there was one thing in the movie. So like when all the villains came together and they were trying to to take away their abilities, right? And I said it to myself, I was like, watch, one of them is gonna turn. And the person that I thought that was gonna turn first was Jamie Foxx. Just because he said, I love the way this new power feels. Like it feels different. And I said, he's gonna kill him. Especially when they hooked him up and he was standing by the computer and he was like, what is this? And he was like, just let it work itself and you be fine. And I was like, he's gonna turn first. And then the freaking Green Goblin goes and turns.
He's like, yo, this don't feel right.
The lizard was funny too. I was like, that's right, he talks. I completely forgot he talks. You know what I'm saying?
You know what was crazy? That was my least favorite character out of everybody.
He didn't get much love.
Yeah,
well, he was simplified, man. You know, they really made him. They made him a physical threat, not like not like a Doc Connors threat. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because all of them are scientists. Even Jamie Foxx, electrician.
Yeah.
So all of them are intelligent in their own shape or form. You know what I'm saying? I was dying when Green Goblin goes. He goes, hey, I'm a bit of a doctor myself. I'm a scientist myself. I was like, really?
Yes.
Really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the only one that wasn't was Sandman.
True. And he didn't give a fuck. He just wanted to go home.
Yeah, he just wanted to go to his daughter, which I respect.
Yeah.
I understand. I completely get that. You know?
Here reminds me of me being at work. Like, I just don't want to be there. I just want to leave. So whatever happens, like,
yo, that ass.
I'm with whatever. It's like when you at a party with a bunch of people and they're like, yo, you want to leave now? Or you want to go to the like, bro, I just want to go home. Like stop throwing money. Stop throwing money. Do not get another bottle. I'm just trying to go to the crib, bro. Let's go.
We'll order in the house. Delivery.
Like, I'm ready to go home now. Like that's how he felt.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yo, show you done or you...
No. I'm fine because they jumping in it's perfect. We're weighing in on stuff that I'm talking about, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Because some of the stuff I understood, some of the stuff I wanted to speak to you guys about.
All right. Well,
didn't.
Just for the sake of Cap being able to ruin everything for us, the questions we'll leave until after everybody gets their review because I'm pretty sure Cap's gonna probably answer your questions because he wrote down 6 pages.
Damn.
Yeah, I've seen some of his review.
I have some notes.
Yeah,
he took a notebook. He took a notebook to movie theaters.
Yeah, some notes. Yeah,
some.
Yo, real quick, I'm gonna take this chance to embarrass myself.
Okay.
Since we have Matt Murder, the first rapper in the podcast thing, I wrote a little bit, just a little something.
Oh, we got a freestyle.
Oh shit! Every yo, drop it, Toe.
You want this? You want Toe to rap it?
Nah, I said drop it. Here it go.
I don't know if I can do this to a beat.
You didn't know if my boy DJ Toe was
we out here, baby.
Alright, fuck. I'm not trying to do this to a beat, so it's gonna sound
I ain't doing it to a beat.
Matter of fact, cut it.
Let's go.
Just let's go. It's fun.
Here we go.
Go.
I'm the best lawyer that will be. Fuck. See, I can't do it to the beat.
You had it.
Yo,
I can't do it to the beat.
This is recorded. I can fucking cut this shit out. How many takes you need?
Cut the beat. We do it a cappella. Cut the beat. We do it a cappella.
I had my own fucking thing to it.
Yeah, he got his own flow.
Oh man.
I'm the best lawyer that you ever seen, G.
Hey.
I'm the best lawyer that I could be. Now.
Just pick up the phone. Get in the dome. It's SpiderMan Far From Home, baby. What's up? Throwing it all together. It's winter out time. I'ma need a thicker sweater.
Hey.
You Bronx motherfuckers don't stop rapping.
That's right, baby.
All right, my bad, Cat.
Good.
All right, now let's see if I can fucking do this.
Oh shit. Remix.
What are you doing? I wrote this with a flow in mind.
Yeah, let him flow. Let him flow.
Come on, DJ, don't fuck this
man,
shit up.
Yo, my bad. You know.
All right, let's try this again. All right, I'm the best lawyer that will be. I give you a defense that you can't see. Then show up in the alleyway with that D&D.
Hey.
Boy. He's dropping off
Now put,
D&D.
now put that on a business card.
That's real bars right there, though,
Put
kid.
that on a business card.
That's real bars. Okay.
So I had one.
D&D, my
All
dick in
right.
a box.
I had
Boom.
Joe was talking about doing like another comic book rap, so I had one. I had another one that had to do with like Batman and Daredevil and all that shit. I don't know if you want me to just do that now because I don't know if we'll ever do that, but
I want the
no,
review.
No, that needs
You
to be
saved
like
that.
that needs to be like shorts.
You,
Like,
yeah,
you
you,
know-
yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
short.
That's a
Exactly.
short
That's a
right there.
short.
You just
You
do
need
one
to
real
put
quick.
talent. Like I could see y'all because the way y'all be making scenes, I could already see you in like a homemade like studio, and you just got the Daredevil hoodie on. Like that needs
Definitely.
production value.
That's what you want
The
to
way
know.
you guys
The
make
hoodie.
shit, bro, that shit had me dying in the Christmas feast. That had me dying. So
Yeah.
that needs production value.
Definitely. We got that. We could definitely do that. Hey, since now that we're fucking blocked for 7 days, we can do whatever the fuck we want, guys. We out here. There's no rules, baby. There's no rules.
Put it.
Oh shit! They
Put
hit
all
us
the
with the
music
pop
on.
out.
That's
All right,
it.
no. I do want to hear the
Yeah.
Cap review though. I've been waiting since I seen it.
Damn, B,
Go
I'm
ahead,
getting
go, so-
suspended.
Hold on,
do
what happened?
your
Oh
stuff
yeah,
and
you
I'm
do
gonna
your
embarrass
review
myself.
and then Cap. Yeah, you
Okay.
do your review and then
All
Cap.
right. Well, yo, before let me just finish. Let me just fix. There you go. Show. All right. So, little backstory, right? So, not a lot of people know this because I don't confess it because I'm not the type of person that likes to, do things other people do. But I'm
He's finally coming out, y'all.
yeah, I am. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Yes.
Right? I grew up on Spider-Man and Batman, and those were my two favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like I found other, favorites throughout, my knowledge and, all that other stuff. But I was originally on Spider-Man and Batman's team. The cartoons, the figures, all that shit. 100% Spider-Man fan. Now, the one, I'm probably gonna say something controversial, but I said it to somebody, and two people already disagree with me. But for all the you know what I'm saying? I think that not only is this the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen, this is my favorite Marvel movie they ever made. Because Captain America, I have no, personal ties to. The Avengers, I really have no personal ties to. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch these movies and it's one of those things like, yo, I love them because, I know their backstories and they're good with the comics. I hear all the interesting shit that's happened. I'm just a fan of movies, a fan of, the comic book movies and all that other shit. Besides the Hulk, because I have ties to the Hulk, but they don't really do the Hulk justice. Yeah, pretty much. They don't do the Hulk justice in the Marvel MCU with, besides the Edward Norton one. That would be like the closest one to the Hulk.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not. But you know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man was what I grew up on. And the Tobey Maguire first Spider-Man, I loved. Most of it was like how close it was to his origin. How fucking Macho Man, Bonesaw.
And just seeing Spider-Man on the big screen like that was nuts.
Yeah, that was dope. And then they topped it with Spider-Man 2 and Doc
one
Ock.
of the best of all time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Alfred Molina definitely he gave it that's one of the first comic movies that he gave the acting credibility to.
Yes,
this guy who's actually a thespian, and we don't know what that means. That means he's a theater actor, polished actor, and he comes in and he does one of Spider-Man. If not, a lot of people think of Spider-Man's most biggest rival, his biggest enemy. You know what I'm saying? This is Green Goblin, but nobody else is giving him the mental fight that, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I'm saying? And he became the superior Spider-Man. Like he took over his body.
Yep.
He did Peter Greasy, but I feel like he literally gave it like you can do a comic book movie and no one can look down on you. You're like, Alfred Molina did one.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart did one. Ian McKellen did one. So you're like, you got these.
You're not above a hero.
Yeah, you got
movie.
these actors who are doing these iconic comic book characters and still doing
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the one that started it all. But I'm not gonna get into that. That's for later. No, I got a whole thing about that. And Wesley don't get enough credit, but whatever.
No, yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where 2, I think, set it off Wesley started it, and 2 just kept it going, and 3 said, "Well, we got to take a turn sometimes. We got to go.
No, yeah.
We gotta go the other way."
Yeah.
So yeah, like
So,
I see what you're saying. Totally.
Yeah.
I hate
feel
that.
you.
So also like part 3 with the downfall of Venom in part 3 was, everybody's thing. But the progression of Peter Parker's story when he married MJ and he wanted it all, and he found out he couldn't have it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of Spider-Man's biggest thing is he's still a child, he's still a little naive, and he wants it all, and that's what causes him to fuck everything up, and that's why he got to choose the block over his personal beast, because he's like, I tried it, I tried my way, I tried having it all, and I'm just fucking everybody else over. So it's like, you know what? I gotta take it. I gotta go back to being it on my shoulders and not everybody else's. So that's what's dope about this movie. And the Andrew Garfield one, forgive me if I've mispronounced his names. The Amazing Spider-Mans. Like the first time we see the Lizard, it's like, all right, this is dope because now we have a major bad guy from the cartoon in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And those movies were okay, but I felt like they gave us more of a Spider-Man, like a Peter Parker Spider-Man.
It was dark.
Instead of for the symbol of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, right?
I feel like that Spider-Man was like the comic book and the cartoon that he talked so much and he was so funny.
Yes.
It was a lot funny. Like we said, his Peter Parker was way a little too cool for his own good.
Yes.
He was really cool. And I was like, no. Get Tobey, give me that Parker, and give me the Spider-Man.
Yes.
That's what I need right there. That's it. And luckily, this dude, Tom, is like a good right in the middle of that shit. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
No, yeah.
I'm with you. The first Spider-Man, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
All day.
Oh, yeah.
All day. And Willem Dafoe still scares the shit out of me as the Green Goblin.
Yeah. Hey.
Fuck what you heard, son. That man he's frightening.
Oh, yes.
Bro.
Oh,
You
yes.
know what I'm saying? If you've seen Platoon, you go, yeah, that's a scary son of a bitch.
Yes.
That's my MVP of the movie, by the way.
William Dafoe?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
I'm definitely going to get into him. So now,
keep doing your review.
So we have like Jamie Foxx, who was Blue, and it was like, yo, this is not Electro. You know what I'm saying? It's not Electro. It's a good try, but it's not Electro. So basically, we get disappointed with them overreaching with Venom and with Electro, and sometimes they leave the villains flat, and like they put a lot of emphasis on Spider-Man, right? And then we go into let's say what was it Far From Home, the second Spider-Man movie?
Far From Home.
Yeah. So they explain the multiverse. And at the same movie, they say that it's fake, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those, this motherfucker was telling, like Cap told me earlier, he was telling the truth in a lieful way. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it so believable, right? So now we get into this part where now Peter Parker has it all. Peter Parker has all the money that he can ever want because of Tony Stark. He has high-tech suits. He doesn't have to depend on his spider sense too often. He has fucking
AI systems.
He has Aunt May. He has Happy. He has his girlfriend. He has his best friend. He's about to go to college. Yep. All that other shit. And they're like, yo, everybody, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And he's like, fuck, and instead of for doing what Tony Stark did, because Tony Stark told everybody that he's Iron Man, he was like, yo, how do I fix this? He wanted a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Going back to he's being a kid, reaching for a solution because even though he's smart, he does dumb things.
He's a kid.
He's a kid. And anybody in that solution would be like, yo, I have a car that don't run. It just needs spark plugs. But fuck it, I know a mechanic, change the whole engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have just waited out. He could have been like, yo, yeah, I'm Spider-Man or whatever the case may be, and proved who he was. And in time, he would have been able to go to MIT. Like, even Dr. Strange was like, yo, my man, you want me to erase everyone's memory and you didn't even fucking call up the school to argue?
Yeah.
Like, you made your last resort the first resort? like, really?
He was like, you could do that?
Yeah.
Do that?
No, because like I got their letter. I was like, yo,
he goes,
such a good moment.
Yeah.
My man kicked this ass out.
Yep.
Fuck out.
And I think that's what people forget about Doctor Strange being a doctor and a genius. He was like, dude,
fuck out.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
And so the spell happens and he erases 82% of the population's fucking memory of Peter Parker, apparently, because he, everybody needs to be remembering except for the people that hate him. and you know it brings in the multiverse. Now I was spoiled to Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina. This is before I can bunker down and hide from all the talking of it and all that shit. So I knew Doc Ock was in it, and I knew Jamie Foxx was in it.
Did you kill 2 people for fucking that up for you?
I wanted to, but so I assumed the Green Goblin would be in it because I saw the bomb. Everybody and their mothers fucking pointing the bomb out when they first trailer came out. When William Dafoe showed his face, I was like, yeah! Cap looked at me. Everybody looked at me. I was like, nigga, I'm 100% surprised because I don't know what's happening. And that's the way I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yes. And
I'm glad you got that, man.
You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing. One, that was the best Green Goblin we ever seen that looked that way. Like, he actually looked like the Green Goblin from the cartoon, from the comic books, despite the green face with the hoodie and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. Two, I felt like they made him a lot more scarier in this one. They made him stronger. And when I looked him up to compare him to Carnage, and they showed how crazy he was, this one I'm looking at him like, this is the crazy Green Goblin I just read up on from the comics. Like, this is a crazy motherfucker, and he's smart. And I was like, yo, I know one of these niggas is going to try to, I'm just going to use Peter to get what I want and then turn on him. You know what I'm saying? And, Electro, he wasn't blue. And that suit at the end was dope. You know what I'm saying? The suit at the end was dope. So
the star and everything, too.
Yes, I appreciate what they did to the villains in this movie. They gave them their just due. Alfred Molina was able to get his control back, and he showed that he really did he loved Peter Parker as a son because of the knowledge that he had, and he was able to at the end of Spider-Man 2, he took the son down into the ocean and killed himself. So now he's able to actually fucking redeem himself by saving Peter Parker and taking the shit away from Electro and being a hero of the movie. And I thought that was beautiful because they didn't have to kill him off.
They gave a lot of characters respect.
Yes, and a lot of character growth and arcs in this movie. Mm-hmm. And leading into the other Spider-Man movies, and the 2 Spider-Men, one, Andrew Garfield, he got to be also, when he saved MJ, he was able to redeem himself from killing Gwen Stacy from, that infamous, bridge incident. You know what I'm saying? He was able to redeem himself from that. And also it was kind of a way to redeem his Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. His whole character and him in real life.
Yeah.
He's very disappointed about how those movies turned out.
And they mentioned in the movies. He's like, nah, man, you're amazing. He's like, yeah, say it. No, I just need to hear it. I just need to hear it.
I need to hear that. That part's so good. Oh my God.
And maybe you guys caught it, but I caught it instantly when they called him Spider-Man 3. He's like, I'm 1, 3. You're 2, you're 3. And it's like, I get it, because you're the wackest one. You know what I'm saying? And it was nice to see that they gave an ending to the 2 other Spider-Mans we seen.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, Tobey Maguire, granted, now this is where I think Cap gets a little confused, or maybe he doesn't. He's not confused, but they took Tobey Maguire from a different time. It was like he finished his life. You know what I'm saying? He was the old man Logan, like I think Lady referenced this earlier.
No, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, he was the grown Peter Parker. And their names. Andrew Garfield's like the middle-aged Peter Parker, and then you have this Tom
Holland.
Tom Holland is the young Peter Parker, right? So you have the middle-aged and the grown teaching Tom Holland how to be Peter Parker, not how to be Spider-Man, how to be Peter Parker. Because when Aunt May died, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried when Aunt May died because of the whole thing of she had the shit in her hand, she was ready to fight the Green Goblin, and she's like, yo, I don't give a fuck. This is my kid that you're fighting. Yep. I don't give a shit if that's Spider-Man. Get the fuck off him. And what happened? She dies, and she tells him like, with great responsibility, with great power has to come with great responsibility. And right then and there is when we got Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yes, that was his Uncle Ben moment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And, absolutely.
And for Tom Holland and all 3 of them to be on that roof, like Lay mentioned, and be like, yeah, Uncle Ben said
Especially
this.
with that shot when they're just
Oh, yeah.
hanging out up there.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
And my man said, I just want to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Yo, I felt him, bro. I felt him. And Tobey Maguire's like, well, I was able to kill the man that killed my uncle, and it didn't make me feel any better. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because in a way it relates to my life, especially with the YouTube strikes. I can get mad and I can get mad and handle it the way I want to handle it, but it's not gonna make me feel any better. I gotta be, mature enough to handle this shit and just keep moving forward. Like Lay mentioned in the chat, do it the right way.
That's great growth right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Live growth.
No, you know what I'm saying? So it's inspiring still, because the one thing that he realized, like, yo, it doesn't make you feel any better that you kill this dude, but it also doesn't make you feel any better that now no one knows you're Spider-Man, but half the fucking universe is coming here to kill you. you know what I'm saying? It's like nothing you're gonna do for yourself is gonna make you feel any better. And he had to learn that. And that's why it was at the end of the movie, I believe he did I'm not gonna tell MJ and Mac, that I'm Spider-Man, I'm Peter Parker. I'm not gonna introduce myself to him because it's not gonna make me feel any better, because I already feel accomplished that now they're going to MIT. Because all he wanted was them to go. He didn't care about him going. He wanted them to go. And they're going now. So why ruin that?
My man got a GED book.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah. And he could be
I do
Spider-Man.
hope we see him. I do hope we see him in college though. Like, maybe run into, maybe Reed Richards. I don't know. I got theories.
Hey, and the last couple points I want to make is
No, take your time. Take your time.
Hold on, Toto. I wanted to tell you about that. What you was talking about, and I forgot. Keep going.
All right. Well, when you remember, interrupt again.
About what you just said.
No, it's all right. So one thing that Cap referenced, I don't know if it was on the podcast or if it was to me privately, is that Spider-Man is in the Avengers, but he's not a part of them. He's not in them completely. So this is the best way to have Spider-Man in the MCU, but not always be a part of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And the last point I want to make is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life is a blue and red Spider-Man swinging
that costume.
Manhattan. Oh. Yo, I saw that shit. I saw that shit, and with a tear in my eye, I was like,
and jumping out of the apartment window for added effect.
Yep.
Like he just wasn't outside. Like he hops out the window of his broke down apartment. There's a little coffee cup there from New York. Like, yo, here it is. This is Spider-Man.
Yep. And in my heart, I was like, yo, thank you. That's all I wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted.
It was a weird way to get over here, but we got here,
Yeah.
It was weird. Like you took from a lot of different things. You crossed different comics, Civil War, a New Day or One More Day. You crossed so many things, but we're here. And it's the next time we see Spider-Man, he's gonna be like 4 or 5 years into it. He's gonna be like 23, 24. Yep. He's gonna be in the Bugle. He's gonna be taking pictures. And he's just gonna be straight up Spider-Man. Like he is gonna be in the shit. He is gonna outsmart people. I think we'll get more Tom Holland cockiness at this point. Like we are gonna see the next time we see Tom Holland, he will be Spider-Man.
Yep. Like you said, Kaz, we went through his origin in those 3 movies.
Yeah, man.
And now we got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yo,
insane.
100% with it, yeah.
Insane. I remember, so.
Yeah, Joe.
I was gonna disagree with you with the reason he didn't tell Mary Jane why he was Spider-Man. To me, as an outsider, when I saw it, it's like he got to see his life as Spider-Man with everybody knowing and how much pressure and how much it was messing them up. Like all the people knowing that he was Spider-Man wasn't getting them into school. Like when he would fuck up, everybody in his crew would get it instead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So by the end, he started noticing that them not knowing he's Spider-Man is not stopping them anymore. Like they got into MIT, they got into this. So he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice that little joy of them knowing who I am, so that they could be their fullest.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was getting at. If I didn't explain that clearly, but yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, he was sacrificing knowing them for their happiness. It was just one of those things. Like anyone
always chooses the neighborhood,
because in the comics, anyone that knows that Peter Parker Spider-Man gets hurt, anyone that knows that gets hurt. Like they killed Aunt May because they found out Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
That's why he makes the wish.
Yep.
Which leads to other shit. And
I mean, you guys remember there's a comic where Cable comes back and he sees Spider-Man. He goes, I know you. You're the greatest superhero of all time. And Spider-Man goes, what? He goes, yeah, you. We all know you're the greatest superhero of all time. He goes, me? And right next to Cap, and Cap, and I think he's between Cap and like Thor. He's like, me? And he goes, yeah, you. And then Cap looks at him and goes, I can believe that.
He was hopping through multiverses for years. He is like the only. I think they explained it as Spider-Man is the only hero that can jump through the multiverse like on his own. Like no Strange, no Wanda. Like the way they could do it, they invoke magic and shit. Spider-Man could just, for some reason, he could just jump through the multiverse, and he's been doing that way before since the comic. But you know, now the main event, we get to you done, Toe? My bad.
Oh yeah, I'm done. I
want to hear the Cap review, bro.
This
is going to lead to discussion, and I'm ready. Yeah.
First off, want to
son,
clarify, not confused about where they pulled Tobey Maguire from.
No,
not confused at all.
Well, all right. Because say your thing, because I wanted to make. I didn't say this to you when you was telling me because I wanted it to be here.
All right,
but again,
so I am a cautionary tale. I came in with too much knowledge, my own personal baggage, and expectations that were too high. This movie to me was disappointing. When I got to the end of this movie, I was like, that's it? That's it?
Word.
I was personally confused. For the first time, I was like, I was like, wait a minute.
What?
We ended this trilogy with a fucking origin? I did not expect an origin. So as I'm watching, I'm like, yo, this doesn't make sense to me. Plus, I am so fucking sick and tired of this goddamn trope where good guys, they get to die. Who gives a shit? But we have to save the assholes. We have to do whatever it takes to save villains, but it doesn't matter if the good guy dies. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
It's for the you don't care if a villain dies. The emotional connection to Aunt May that we've had in multiple movies, not even in this trilogy. That's why it kind of, I think that's why they go that route, because it hurts you more, you know?
But here's the thing, though. This is the first Marvel movie that I did not cry at. Not one tear was shed.
Damn,
I cried when the insane guy was pushed to jump out of a building in Halloween 2 or Halloween Kills. I was in full-on fucking tears yelling at the screen. You can ask toe tags.
Yeah.
But in this movie, not one tear, because I have the knowledge of Norman Osborn. So when Aunt May was like, no, we still have to try to save him. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I audibly in the theater. What?
He did.
I was like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here?
Because you always have to do the good thing.
Here's the thing. Doctor Strange said it himself. Their deaths meant more than their lives. And being that I've already seen these movies, I know what the fuck these deaths mean. I know that Green Goblin's death showed Peter Parker the true cost of being a hero. What it truly means to stand with somebody else. And even though you may not intend for somebody to die, it's inevitable. You can't avoid it sometimes.
An absolute
I know
point.
that Alpha Melina is the catalyst to show Peter Parker that maybe not all of them are like Osborn, that we might actually be able to save some of these people. I know that the Sandman is proof that Toby learned that lesson. And even though he was the one who killed Uncle Ben, he still was like, yo, I can get through to this guy. I can see he doesn't really want to be like that. I know this going in. So it didn't make sense to me that the whole story was this Peter had to learn shit we already know. Because I didn't know, again, I didn't come in with the expectation of this being the origin.
Yeah.
I thought this was the end. I was told that this was end game level.
It still was endgame level, but it was endgame level, but left the ending ambiguous. I see what you're saying.
No, then we completely skip over the fact. So getting back to Doctor Strange's thing, that their lives or their sacrifices mean more. So we know what they mean. Right? For Peter, for the movie, then to fucking treat me like a fucking idiot and go, no, sir. No. Their lives mean more. But Aunt May's sacrifice, that meant more than her life. Because that was a catalyst for Peter. To me, there was a slap in the fucking face. Because again, personally, I'm tired of that trope. I brought my baggage of not liking this fucking narrative to this. Then we get the whole Peter had a plan. If this shit goes sideways, we hit the button, we send him back. This shit went sideways. And not once did he ever try to communicate to MJ, hit the button. This should have been a scene where as soon as he broke the window out, right before the lizard came in, he should have been trying to call MJ, like, yo, no, hit the button. And then the lizard grabs him and prevents it. Not a fucking thing of he doesn't even try. MJ, who sat there, was like, I'll do it. Don't fucking test me, bad guys. I'll hit this button. Should we do it? I don't know. They said, wait, maybe we should. What the fuck? Then let's not even bring up the fact that this motherfucker, this Spider-Man, is so fucking stupid that he didn't even learn the lesson from Quentin Beck, from Mysterio, that sometimes people are just pieces of shit and they're gonna fucking betray you. Doesn't mean you have to kill them.
That's the thing about the Spider-Man.
Save them anyway.
That's the thing about the Spider-Man. He's not gonna let these villains get to him. He's always gonna try to do the right thing. It's kind of his character.
Hold on. See, this is my problem. The other two learned that lesson already. This one, the lessons he's learned, the lessons he should have learned came before this. Came before his, we should try to save everyone. But again, I'm not saying that Quentin Beck, that learning that lesson, that sometimes people are just going to betray you regardless, that shouldn't have led him to, I don't care anymore. I want to kill him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to send him back because I don't care. That should have led him to, look, we saved the one we could. Send them back because they don't fucking belong here.
Look, real quick, Cap, real quick. I just want to point out this. Now, what did Tobey Maguire try to do to Green Goblin and Alfred Molina before they died?
He tried to cure them.
He tried to cure them and save them. What did Andrew Garfield try to do to the Lizard and to Electro before they died? He tried to cure them. What did fucking Jesus
Andrew
Christ?
Garfield?
No, Tom Holland do to Mysterio? He just straight out killed him.
Okay.
He just straight out killed him.
So
not like Punisher status. He died. There was no trying to save him. He tried to stop the machines and he died. In the first one with Falcon, that was one of those. I have this. Not Falcon, with Vulture. He had to stop him and he got arrested and all that other shit. There was no trying to save nothing. This is where Aunt May taught him how to be a hero.
Yes.
And not how to be an Avenger. How to be a hero. And there's a difference between the Punisher and someone who's a hero. Because if you're a hero, you have to have faith in everyone that there's good in them. Because if for that case, he could have just fucking straight out killed Sandman. Because remember, in his mind, everyone was going back to die. And whether you knew they died in the movies, he can have that on his conscience.
Yes. So this, again, I pointed out exactly what you said. I already know that everybody tried to save their people, all right? But this is where I say my problem is with me, that I brought too much knowledge, that I brought my own baggage. Not that the movie's fucked up, that I fucked up. Because this Spider-Man, like you said, he didn't try to save anybody before, Tom Holland. All right? But the lessons he was learning from the Avengers, from Cap, from Tony, from all that, based on your description of what a hero does, on the synopsis of Spider-Man trying to save all of his villains, then none of his motherfucking friends in the Avengers should be on the same level of hero. Because nobody,
no, you're right,
the
though.
MCU has tried anything.
That's
why it's so important to Spider-Man.
But that's why
no one else is trying to do that.
Yeah, that's why I said Aunt May was trying to teach him how to be a hero and not an Avenger.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm tired of the fucking. Here's the thing. I'm tired of the movie. This is the only thing where I say the movie's at fault. The movie's trying to tell me something that they're trying to pose a question and put something in for debate that has already been fucking asked and answered.
And what was the question?
The question is, how redeemable, or here's the discussion is, what truly makes a villain? Is it circumstance? Is it their desire? Is it somebody who just fell into the wrong situation? Can they be saved? And we know that already. So for me to sit here and again, like, cool, Alfred Molina, they fixed his chip. He went back to being good. Cool. Electro was already on that way of, well, Electro was more like, yo, if I can get away with it, I'll fucking keep the power.
He was
cool.
an opportunist.
Yeah. Sandman was just chilling, waiting to get back. Lizard didn't give a shit. he honestly didn't care either way. He was just there to just
like, yo, leave me in the truck. He was like, yo, just leave me in the truck.
I mean, no, he was ready to either die or get loose.
Yeah.
He was like,
Osborn is the only one, is the only true villain here. And this is another thing, and I'm going to get into very specific shit here in a second. This is another thing that pissed me off. Osborn comes back, and they try to play me.
Yeah.
They try to fucking play me.
Yeah,
You're going to tell me Norman Osborn is a fucking weak ass fucking, I don't know where I'm at. There's someone in my house. You took him from before he fought Spider-Man. He was not mentally weak and frail at that point. He was strong enough to break the fucking mask and walk away. Now you're trying to tell me that I'm supposed to believe he's a frail fucking man?
I mean,
like, we know he's lying.
Yeah, we know he's lying. It's kind of like
we know right there from the jump. There's no redemption in him.
Yeah.
And
I hear you.
The lesson that Spider-Man has to learn, because he's learned in all the other movies, is not everyone. You can try to save everyone. Going out with the expectation of maybe I can save people is not the wrong idea. The wrong idea is to continue that pursuit after they show you they do not want to be saved.
Cough, cough.
That's
Batman.
my fucking problem.
I was about to say Batman Begins.
Cough, cough, Batman.
I was about to say Batman Begins when he goes, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
That's my problem. Now, another thing is, okay, if we look at these movies, right? So, Doc Ock says he was taken right when he grabbed Peter, right before Peter changed him, before Peter saved him.
He's going to come back and die.
No. All he said was I had Peter by the throat.
By the throat.
No, that's dude.
No,
the
but
exact
the machine.
moment.
The machine's already popping off at that moment.
Remember, he fought Peter like 4 or 5 times throughout that whole movie.
Yeah,
He
but here's
had
the
all
thing.
May hanging from the fucking Chrysler building and shit.
True,
Here's the
true,
thing.
true. Good point. Good point.
Doctor
good point.
Strange, Doctor Strange says that these guys die, and the last moment they remember for Doc Ock is the moment right before Peter turned him, because that's when he learned who Peter Parker was.
And he said it. He said it. I had the power of the sun right there in my
Yes.
grasp. He says it. So he's gonna come back
Electro.
to that moment and
So-
still need to die anyways.
Yeah. So Electro,
No. Remember, he had Peter Parker tied up when he was doing the machine. If you remember, before he turned it on,
but he
before
says
he
it,
turned
no,
it
so-
on, before he turned on that machine, he had Peter Parker tied up. You know, so the machine could have been on. He had to add more power.
no. So if you watch that
And-
scene,
And
it was going off. He
and-
let Peter go, and then he was like, "You listen to me now."
yeah.
And he drugged the thing into the ocean.
It was already too late. That machine was on. It was
Yeah.
already on.
No. They didn't specify that, because if that's the case, then he would have had the machine on his back going into the water.
It
No,
just
no,
brought
he
him.
didn't.
It just
See,
brought
here's the
him.
thing: he didn't grab it when they took him. He grabbed it seconds after that.
And remember, Electro
went
into the energy grid, and that's when he turned into pure energy.
Here's my problem.
And he didn't die right from there.
No. Here's the thing. Here's my problem. Right? We can discuss this. I just want to get through these so we know where we're standing. Right?
Okay.
So Doc Ock's still gonna sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Especially now that he knows. Well, he's not gonna remember two different Peters, but he's still gonna sacrifice himself because that's who he is. So you saved him, cool, but he still has to die. That's one of those absolute points in history. 2, Electro never found out who the fuck Peter Parker was. He never found out that
He is pure energy, so he could pick it up from a
No.
file somewhere.
No.
He could on
No.
some Jarvis shit. You know.
Jamie Foxx confirms it in the movie when he turns around and says, "Yo, I thought you would have been a black dude."
Yeah.
He did not know. So one, he shouldn't have been there. But 2, when
He
you
could know it. He
depower
could know
him-
the name Peter Parker, just not the face, though. That's how they were
That's a
explaining it.
stretch.
I agree with you. It's a
But
plot hole.
Here's the
It's a
thing.
plot hole.
But remember,
He
that
said-
he is pure energy, and energy transfers
But-
from one state to another. He could have
Yeah,
just
but
went
here's
there
the
because
thing.
of his energy.
Ultron.
It could have been, yes.
Because they
But again,
never explained. They never explained that Spider-Man was in the Venom movie. But meanwhile, Eddie Brock is in the fucking.
I have something with
trailer.
that too. I
Yeah,
have
I
something
know.
with that too.
Yeah.
So Electro, he said that he was in the middle of Times Square feeling all that energy when he went after whooping Spider-Man's ass. Which means you send a depowered motherfucker back to Times Square now getting electrocuted. So you send him to die because you took his ability to absorb electricity out. You
No,
sent the man-
no. What if he sent them back to the time before that they knew he was Peter Parker?
But that's not how the spell works.
How do you know? All it did was send people back. It erased their memories, which sent them back.
Because so here's the thing. If that's the case,
So you're telling you're telling me that Alfred Molina is not gonna know who Peter Parker is, but he's gonna go back to his universe choking out Peter Parker with no mask on.
again,
He's gonna be like, who the fuck is you?
No. Again, Alfred Molina found out who Peter Parker was when he had him in that choke. So if you send him back, right when he comes here, he knows Tobey Maguire.
And now
when you send him back, he's gonna sit there and go, "Oh shit, Peter."
This is the other Spider-Man that was
Yeah.
there. Because they still remember Spider-Man. They just don't remember Peter Parker. And there's theories
something-
out there saying that
which is something I'll get
apparently
into, 'cause
it's
that's
only
another-
Tom Holland Peter Parker that they don't know. But apparently people still know other Peter Parkers.
Yeah, that's a theory that I'll get into because I have a
What?
problem with that spell.
I do too. But that's one of my biggest gripes of the movie.
Me
Here's
too.
the other two things.
Damn, me 3. We
Here's the
agreed
other
on
two
something.
things. Sandman. Save him or not, we already know. When you take Sandman out, we know Sandman's redeemable. He's not going to die because he doesn't die. Lizard, we already know that the Lizard is just sitting in jail.
Yep.
Andrew Garfield even said, "Oh, I already saved this motherfucker once."
He did.
So he's not gonna die. Norman Osborn is again the only one who you really have to contend with. And he's just showing you he's irredeemable. So again, this is not the fault of the movie.
Yo.
I'm not saying that the movie's wrong. I'm saying I brought
You
too
know
much
too much.
other shit
But-
to this
Yeah.
movie.
But yeah, see, because the
Ooh,
thing
you
is,
did a show.
you make it seem like fucking Spider-Man was watching those movies with you. You know what I'm saying? Because your biggest argument was the fact that Spider-Man should have already known from the past movies that Green Goblin was the bad guy and irredeemable. No, that's exactly what you're saying. You have a problem with the fact that you knew he was bad, but the dude who was trying to save him didn't.
No, my problem.
Can we remember that?
My problem is that he didn't learn from Quentin Beck.
There was no time to learn. This man conned him, and now he had to stop these drones from killing everyone, and he died.
So
What is he gonna learn? Don't give a man Tony Stark shit.
Well,
my
that's
only
a good lesson.
my only thing
It is, but
again,
that's not hero That's not hero lessons.
Yeah.
again, here's my thing, Vin. My problem is my plan.
Spice.
I'm gonna take them to save them. If shit goes sideways, hit the button. Shit went sideways, and he never thought about hitting the button.
Word. Throw the
She was
damn
thinking.
towel.
Again,
She was
again,
thinking about it, but
I understand.
Like,
I
yeah.
understand. Again, this is why I'm saying that the problem is not the movie. The problem is me.
Yeah.
So we can't argue any of this
True.
because the movie's not at fault. I'm at fault here.
He did a show.
Because the thing is, none of these guys come from your universe. You have to send them home anyway, right? And from what the movie was telling us, eventually they have to go back. So, if you're taking that logic and your plan is, if shit goes sideways, we just send them back, then shit goes sideways and you don't even think about that. You just want to kill him. You still got to save him. We still got to do this. I understand that the movie has more to do, and I understand what the movie was trying to say. But for me, I'm sitting there watching this going, this makes no sense. I turned off.
But he did think to press the button though, because he told Toby and he told Andrew, he was like, yo, you know what? I'm done here. You guys deal with that shit.
So-
like, I'm done.
So
And
here's the
then
thing.
when they had that moment that they shared all of them, that the great power comes great responsibility, I think in a sense, Tom Holland realized at that point, like, damn, just like these two guys who seem to have it all figured out, Aunt May needed to die for me too. I think he kind of.
But also, Cap.
I know
also,
the movie's saying that. I'm not saying that. Again, I'm not saying that the movie failed in communicating anything. I'm saying
going on for the ride. Let yourself go for the ride.
Yo,
brother.
Cap.
Enjoy the
Cap.
ride.
Also, you have to remember him not pressing that button, or if he would have pressed that button, because he said all the time, "This is not my responsibility. This is yours." Is the same thing that Tobey Maguire did in Part 1, where the motherfucking thief took all the money, and he goes, "That's your problem," and then he killed Uncle Ben. Now the problem is, what if Zendaya would have pressed the button? Now she has the conscience of 5 people's death on her fucking soul.
Yes. Again, I know that. What I'm saying is that my fuck up is going. Zendaya hit the button. 2 of them live. Osborn will do whatever.
They don't know that.
The other one sacrificed himself. So you only really got one fucking death on your hands, which is Electro.
They don't know that though.
I know that. That's why I'm saying I'm wrong. That's why I'm saying
Well, I'm glad you acknowledge it, because you're definitely wrong.
Brought too much into this movie.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're. That's what I'm saying. We're not arguing anything.
You're like Thanos. You're like Thanos when he goes, "You're not the only one cursed with knowledge." That's what I see. I see what you're saying, but and trust me, I took it there too, bro. But I also was like, bro, just enjoy the ride. Yo, we're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be a 5-hour podcast. We're gonna talk about that spell, bro.
Yo,
I think that Doctor Strange is
that.
very irresponsible, and
We'll
I still think he's a little weird. Something's up there.
Had I had known that this was an origin, I would have had my expectations would have been different, and I would have been able to enjoy this.
Can I ask you a question?
But I thought this was the end. Yo, when Tom Holland comes out and goes, "Yo, I want to step away so other people can be Spider-Man," don't now make him fucking Spider-Man.
Well, hold on.
He's not gonna fucking do.
Hold on. So right now, at the end of the day, he is signed on for one more movie. So, but I think what Tom Holland is no. That's official. They said that he signed on for one more.
No, officially, I wrote Tom Holland is taking a break and he's not doing Spider-Man for a while. That's the official report.
So he
Who
wrote
said
him.
that?
He wrote
Tom
him.
Holland himself.
Well, because you cannot. So what people are
Hold on,
saying
just-
about that?
Wait, can you not hear us?
No, I said that earlier.
Oh,
That he wanted to.
yeah.
So
Okay,
I said,
okay,
that's why I said
but,
you can do the-
hold on,
you
hold
can
on,
do
hold
the
on.
Andrew Garfield
But
thing, like the Batman thing. But yeah,
but he's also in contract negotiations. So when you tell somebody, I don't want to be Spider-Man no more, now they throw you another $50 million. So, you know,
Yeah.
we need to see what's up with that.
All right, so according to 4 days ago, Tom Holland isn't confirmed for another Spider-Man trilogy.
Trilogy.
Yeah,
Trilogy.
but that's all I got, because it says he will return for more Spider-Man movies after, but that was November 29th. That's the latest update, is that he isn't confirmed.
He isn't confirmed for a trilogy, but they
and-
have said that he has one more.
And 2 days ago, he's casting more doubt on returning to play Spider-Man.
okay. And you guys also got to remember that you have the Morbius coming out. You have the Craven movie they're gonna make.
Yep.
So it's gonna be a whole lot of away from Spider-Man and making the Sonyverse, however they're gonna make it. Hopefully with Marvel, having their handprints on all of it. You know what I mean?
But if
he
we're really
did
talking
say-
about it,
Yeah, but I'm
like
telling
this is
you.
a soft reboot, and like I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying, Cap. I mean, I said the complete opposite, but I understand. I like where they left this, but like I said before, they also left it ambiguous to like stop clouding people's judgment. So now, if Tom Holland does Amazing Spider-Man 3, there's no questions about Tom Holland. They know Tom Holland is somewhere else doing whatever his thing. So it's a cheesy way to do a soft reboot. I 100% understand that, but they also did it because of the Sony shit and everything that's happening. It sucks. I get your point, man. It sucks.
Again, the movie is great. The movie is good. I
You're the
fucked up
problem.
watching
You're
the
the problem.
movie.
You're
Can
the
I ask you a
problem.
question?
Well,
Can I ask you a
Yeah,
question?
I'm
Cap?
the problem here.
Can I ask you a question? What if you had like, and honestly, this question is for all of you guys, really.
Of course.
But imagine you had no idea that these villains were coming out. Imagine you had no idea about Toby and Andrew. Imagine you had no idea about none of this. You just went to that theater blind. You would have seen it. How do you think you guys would have reacted to that? Go ahead, Cap. I think it would have been more confused.
The same way.
I think it would have been more confused because at least somehow this prepped you for the possibility. So you probably already had that in your head, like, man, how this is gonna work? And then you saw it. We're like,
Yo,
But I think I would have had a heart attack if I would have seen Andrew pop up. Like, I would have been like, what? I feel like I know there's a lot of people that are saying it's negative that we got the spoilers and imagine how we would have blown up in the theaters if we would have never known. But I think on the opposite side of that, I think the preparation for it made it a little bit more enjoyable, because if that would have happened in the MCU, just Andrew comes in, I would have been like, yo, what? It would have been like one of those things that I might not have liked at first, but later on, like, okay, I need to go do research or whatever. So in a weird way, I feel like spoilers helped and didn't help this movie. It's so weird because usually a spoiler like that kills everything, but I feel like in a cool way, it prepped us to not completely just get turned off. Like, what? Are they bringing in Andrew? I hate Andrew. What the hell is this? Or they're bringing in Toby? I can't stand that old guy. This made it make more sense, the fact that we knew about it and people were theorizing on how this could work already.
So having no spoilers going in, I still would have remained the same because I got stuck. I got stuck on Aunt May's logic. Again, because I'm playing with cards from a different deck.
Your own deck that you created.
We showed up to play Hearts, and I showed up with a fucking Magic the Gathering deck. Like, that's my problem.
Yeah.
That's on me. I mean, I still cheered when Daredevil... I was the first one to say anything in the theater when Daredevil showed up.
Yeah, he saw the cane and started screaming.
Yeah.
I cheered when Andrew showed up. Yo, this only proves to me that Toby is my fucking Spider-Man. Because Alfred Molina, Tobey Maguire, and Norman Osborn, the fuck's his name? William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Those were... Just seeing them reminded me, oh yeah, that's right. the original Spider-Man was fucking amazing.
Especially 2. Oh.
So those are still like this thing. The movie did good, and I'll say this again and again and again. The movie did good. I fucked up because I came in here. My brain exploded with I can tell you right now how I thought or what I thought would be one of the ones that might not happen, but would be awesome if it did happen. If Tobey Maguire showed up, I don't know how they would have done it, but if Tobey Maguire showed up and he brought Miles Morales with him, and now there's 4 people going in.
They're saving that. They're saving Miles, but that would have been ill.
No,
that would have been a surprise that we didn't know about.
But see, that shit that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like it would have been dope had we actually seen the trial or seen some sort of legal shit, and then Daredevil and somebody's like, "Yo, I know a lawyer," and Daredevil shows up instead of him just being randomly in the kitchen. I mean, that was cool
for 5 fucking seconds.
Goes further.
I want to, man.
Like again, I brought so much to this. This movie. Here's the difference, right? Endgame. I didn't go into Endgame with high expectations. I went into Endgame afraid that this movie, that movie was going to be too big and it was going to fail. And they proved me wrong.
Yep.
This movie, I did the opposite because I was like, yo, Marvel has this. So I can go. I was told by a reaction that I saw. The guy reacted said, you cannot have expectations high enough.
Yeah.
So I went in there with astronomical fucking expectations, and this movie was never going to meet it. And I didn't realize that until partway through.
See, he suffers from the same reason why I didn't like Black Panther. Black Panther in itself is a good movie, but when the week it came out, it was on fucking Oprah, Steve Harvey show. Fucking Montel Williams came out of retirement and did all this shit, and it was like we finally got a black superhero, and this is the revolution I was looking for. So I went into Black Panther on some I went to Black Panther on some Black Power shit. We finally got some minorities. Let's fucking go. Let's see our people get represented. And I left Black Panther on some. That was a Marvel movie. What happened to all this shit everybody was talking about? That's
Marvel
why
movie with black people.
No, but yeah, that's what it was.
Like Drake.
No, yeah, no, I don't mind. I don't mind Killmonger because Killmonger was a little bit of what everybody was talking about, but he was he's like give me death before you give me slavery type shit. Mm-hmm. I get it, but it was one of those things. It's like this is why I don't want to hear other people's opinion or see anything about this movie and just go in there blind.
Excuse me,
because I can't trust people's opinions.
Yeah,
and Black Panther solidified that. I don't watch commercials for Fast and the Furious. I don't watch commercials for fucking The Matrix. I didn't watch any of those shits. Any movie I really want to see, I don't watch commercials for.
I think there was still a distinction with the Black Panther hype. I think if you really looked into it, you could kind of understand why people were hyped. I don't think it was necessarily the movie, and I don't think the movie was meant to be made a movement. It just kind of happened that way because of the all-black cast, the all-black directors. I've said it plenty of times. I think Black Panther is not a bad movie. It's a B. It's not an A. It's not an S. It's definitely not an SS like Infinity War. You feel me? But yeah, I completely understand. But let's pivot a little bit, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. You're done.
Kaz, real quick. Show, do you have any questions based on what we were talking about?
Yeah.
I do have a question about something I didn't understand about the movie that Cap actually alluded to. When he did the spell.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And this is what I didn't understand.
The spell.
He's doing the spell and the sky's turning purple and he's like, oh, they're about to get in. So Spider-Man's like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Make everybody forget about me. And then when they do get in, they won't know that I'm Spider-Man. My question: How does that stop the fucking creatures from coming in?
Well, all right. So hold on, I got it. So basically, what it did was everybody who knew about Spider-Man was getting drugged, getting pulled into his universe
from the first wish.
Yeah, so that way they can be erased from the knowledge of Peter Parker.
But I thought they would still get in.
No. So here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. So he contained that spell, so no one else could get in besides the ones that already broke through before he can contain it.
Yeah, he said a few creeped in.
So when the spell blew up, it became out of control, and now all of them at once were coming in. That's why it broke up, and you see all those figures in the purple. When he erased everyone's memory of Peter Parker, basically everyone in his universe was erased to the Peter Parker, and it no longer needed to pull anybody in because they didn't know who Peter Parker were.
Okay,
it kind of cancels out the original wish.
Yeah,
gotcha. I thought it was gonna get in.
To Green Goblin for that pickpocket move with that fucking pumpkin bomb.
Yeah.
I did not see that shit at all. I was like,
smooth.
There it is. Yeah. Smooth by Green Goblin. Truth. I love
it. Were you trying to get into the spell? Is that where you were segueing?
I am. Well, I wanted to pivot a little bit because I want to talk about the 3 Spider-Mans. I think it's very important. So again, a lot of people thought that these guys were just going to show up at the end, web swing around, do their thing. Hey, we helped. Goodbye, we're gone. No, these guys were in the total 2/3 to final act of the movie. They were there, and they were there a lot. And we say it here all the time. At the end of the day, Marvel's at its best when it's on the ground and it's just people chilling, talking shit. So we got the lab at the school, and I love how they each kept their persona, right? So Toby didn't even have his outfit on. You could tell Toby, he had it under. Toby's like, yo, I'm going to walk around like a regular person, and if shit hits the fan, I got my suit. He's over it. I got the feeling that Toby was kind of out of the game, but still had the suit just in case shit went down. Yeah. If he sees a carjacking and he sees the cops behind him, he's like, whatever, I'm going to let that one go. But if he's walking through an alley and he see a kid getting mugged or a girl, gonna be like, I'll go and take care of this one. So it gave me that. And then, so we see him just as the cool youth pastor. Then we see Andrew Garfield immediately takes the lab coat. Doesn't even think about it. The only Spider-Man to grab a lab coat, because that's representative of his character in his Spider-Man. And then you have Peter 1 or Tom Holland doing this thing. So I just want to talk a little bit about how these guys use their own movies, their own personal experiences. We spoke about it earlier. Andrew is distraught that he didn't get a Spider-Man 3. He's super hurt that his Spider-Man wasn't recognized the way he thought it should. And they make that apparent in the movie. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how these guys lend to Tom Holland, because it was story pieces. It wasn't like them just coming in for the shock value. They were built into the story to help Spider-Man move along his road, right? And I love seeing just old man Toby kind of keeping the kids at bay. He screams at me, he's like, yo, how is this helping? He's like, oh, I was an Avenger or whatever. And then we have that scene where he's like, oh, my back, which relates to the first movie when he falls, and it also his injury that almost stopped him from doing Spider-Man 2 when he was doing Seabiscuit. He dropped off a horse and fucked this shit up for ever. He still has those issues, unfortunately. So the whole back thing, he's like, yo, so, and then the one thing that I wanted the most, and I said it on this podcast, I was like, yo, I hope they talk about the organic spider fluid, the weapon.
That was dope.
And then, yo, Andrew, after they discuss it and Peter moves on, Andrew's still like, yo, that's fucking wicked. That's gnarly. And then they're talking about it in the Statue of Liberty. And Tom is like, he's like, no. We're not making fun of you, bro. It's just we got to make our own fucking webbing, bro. We run out of you, bro. That's insane. So how did you guys enjoy the camaraderie? Peter 3, he's like, yo, I always wanted, one of my favorite lines is when he goes, yo, I always wanted brothers. And Andrew Garfield, to me, always felt like the loneliest Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He was. He had Gwen, he had Harry, But he's always, and you know, he had some of his parents. It's the first time we see some of Peter's parents in a movie. And you know, he had he had Ben, but he always felt the loneliest. So for him to say, "I love you guys," and the other two looking at him like, "Okay, that's great," and like, I always wanted brothers. Like, man, I thought I couldn't handle it when these motherfuckers all jumped off the scaffolding and they tied their lines together and like ricocheted off of each other. I was like, I can't handle it. Like, I was in the theater, like, I can't. Yo, what do you guys think about it, man?
By the way, I just want to say one thing. When they started talking about the wet fluid thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was thinking, yo, Cap said this. I was in the theater, like, yo, holy shit, they actually went to it.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of this movie that I called, bro. First of all, I feel good about it.
First and foremost, I was like, first thing I would ask, like, wait a minute, it comes out of you?
Yeah.
My favorite thing was like, yo, does it come out of everywhere?
He's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
That shit was hilarious.
I was thinking about his ass also. Yeah,
the first thing that came to my mind was, I was like, yo, the Caps literally said this. And they acknowledged it right away. He goes, wait, you don't, what? Wait, what? Oh, that's dope. And then all of a sudden when he goes, oh, you know, subconsciously, I had a moment where I had a blockage. I'm like, that's true. I forgot about that. When he couldn't do it. When he did all of this shit. Let's not get into that. Can we get the symbiote on Andrew, bro? Can we get the symbiote on Andrew? He says it too. He was like, yo, after MJ died, I stopped pulling my punches. You know, like that to me, like he killed somebody.
Yep.
In his universe, he lost it and he murdered someone. And that's what Cap want to see. Cap want to see some of that.
No.
That's what I'm like. That's what
I don't want to. I'm joking,
but I'm joking, but you know.
Again, for me. So this is another thing. This is a me problem, because I never had a problem with Andrew Garfield the Spider-Man.
His Peter Parker was an issue to me, but
it's Peter. But I mean, every iteration of a hero has that.
It's like hard to know both. Yeah,
Christian Bale's
Batman
was kind of is better than the first Bruce Wayne.
Then Michael Keaton's
name, huh?
Michael Keaton's.
The Michael Keaton's. Yeah.
Yo, Christian Bale was a great asshole.
Yeah.
Yo, perfect asshole. So, I'm buying in this hotel. I'm like.
So again, I never had a problem. I never had a problem with Andrew Garfield. I honestly think he was the most in the suit. He's the most Spider-Man.
We spoke about it on this podcast. He is the most comic accurate in that suit.
So to me,
go back to Knucklehead comic book podcast origins because we went in on that.
Word.
Andrew Garfield was so apologetic that at one point in my head I was like, "Yo, we got it, bro. Jesus Christ, you think you suck because you move." I was like, yo, enough, bro. Get the fuck out of the movie then. If you think you suck.
Man, but Cap, man. you also gotta remember he killed.
He lobbied for it, bro.
He killed his wife.
He wanted to do it so bad, and he wanted to do justice so bad that when I understand what's coming from, like he didn't suck, the movie sucked.
Yeah.
Your effort, Andrew Garfield, you ever get a chance to watch? You see, your effort did not suck at all. You were a great Spider-Man. You were too cool of a Peter Parker, but you were an amazing Spider-Man. Like I read a comic book now and I hear your voice.
Yes.
Because that's what I see you in the Spidey suit.
It's
like Kevin Conroy with Batman. This is the voice I hear, brother. I'm sorry, as you were saying.
No, when he was talking about losing Gwen Stacy and doing all that, I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But when he's sitting there going, damn, you fought an alien and you went into outer space, I did nothing. At that moment, I was like, yo, get the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here, bro? Shut the fuck up. Toby Maguire literally had to tell him, you're amazing.
He's dad, though. That's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He's dad. He's the old man. Like, yo, he's like, yo, let's work on this vocabulary, bro. Let's pick it up a little bit. Yo, you're amazing,
but that's like the Ben Riley.
I love that, man. I love that.
It's like a different, I know what you're talking about.
I know. Yeah.
Because I came in, I fucked up watching this movie. This is the only movie in my life I've ever fucked up watching.
Mm-hmm. You did a show.
No, I get it.
Just let yourself enjoy things, bro.
Go for the ride. What did I say in the beginning of mine? Just go in there. Just, you know what I mean? Whether you do, whether you know comics, you don't.
Cap, you don't drink.
much.
Do you drink, Cap? Do you drink?
No.
So drink, smoke, nothing, right?
Straight edge, man. Straight edge.
Yo,
Okay.
if we drank and out of the me and him, we would be alcoholics and fucking junkies.
It would be outside
yeah,
fighting
or-
right
yeah.
now.
Or murder.
I would
Yeah,
love to see you drunk reviewing this movie.
no,
like, what
no.
the
I'm gonna tell you
fuck?
right now.
He's a
God,
quiet.
no.
He's a quiet.
Oh,
He's a
God.
quiet angry man.
Yeah.
Quiet. I can see him seething
These
with
things-
something like.
This thing. Any
Yo.
confection made of sugar.
Those are
Right?
so fire, though. Those are incredible.
Yes. But anything made of sugar, I can't stop eating.
That's your vice.
I tried, you can ask toe tags. I tried on 2 different occasions for about 8 months each time
Mhm.
to just stop. And I became unsufferable
Yep.
both times.
Yep, he
to be
came. Yo,
around.
he became a little princess.
You unsufferable?
He became.
No
he became a
way.
little princess.
You're not acting
So,
like
We
yourself.
we
with
were
this nigga.
fighting at a fucking rafting trip when we went camping.
My man
Like-
said, yo, go get some candy.
And,
Yo, so I know for a fact that if I drank, there would be no if I drank and I found any little bit of benefit,
Yeah,
there would
I
be
see
no
what you-
casual.
That's good, though,
social.
man. Don't
There would
drink.
go
I'm
full
not.
blown. I'm an alcoholic.
I'm not recommending you start hitting the bottle, but it would be funny to see you like
No, dude.
drunk
I can tell
talking
you
this
right
whole
now.
shit.
I can tell you right now, all the how angry I am right now, 10 times worse.
Yeah, I know.
The whole movie review would be this. Fuck my
Yeah.
movie review would be toe tags fucking
Going after
DK
YouTube.
story.
Yeah.
Going after
yeah.
YouTube.
No, with all due respect, wait till I get to the Punisher logo. So we're just gonna. It's going. I've
Yeah.
been seething.
I
since
want
saw
that
it.
rant. That's gonna be. We're gonna clip that, and we're putting
I've
that
been
up.
seething since
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, okay. Almost
Oh, yeah.
two holes in 2 walls, bro, in a new place.
It's funny though because
Almost
it
like
kind
I
of
don't
looks
need-
like a devil now. I think it's more offensive
it's
than it
funny?
was before.
No, it's funny. Fern said it correctly. It looks like a Shao Kahn logo. Like
Yeah.
it brands you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
wanna-
more
but I'm
offensive.
sorry,
It has
I digress.
horns.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's
back
blinding
to
like his
what did you
Yeah.
think, Tags, about the dynamic of all 3 of them there in the lab? And
I loved it, bro. I kind of loved it, man. It was, because if you think about it, like the first 2 Spider-Man movies and even Civil War, we got Spider-Man. We never got his origin, and we never got who Spider-Man actually was. He was a follower in those movies. He
he's going to
followed.
be an Avenger.
Yeah, he followed Iron Man. He followed Mysterio. And here, he was left to his own vices. And what happened? He was struggling to find out who he was. And you had 2 Peter Parkers teaching him how Peter Parker is.
Mm-hmm.
And he found his Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I liked it because it makes him more human. And even though in Infinity War, that was the most human we can ever see anybody when he hugged, Iron Man and he died, and then Infinity War, same shit when Iron Man died in his arms and all that. But it was one of those things. It was like Spider-Man is supposed to be the child who's the best of us all, like, without sin pretty much, because he's still learning. But he sacrifices the most out of any superhero I've ever seen. Because even Cap got to go back in time and live live his dream and be with Peggy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see that for Spider-Man ever. Even if Spider-Man quit, he wouldn't be able to have the life he wants.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it was dope. And also to see Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man again makes me go, you know what? That whole argument, who's the better Spider-Man of the 3 of them?
I'm done with
have
it.
You can't have
done
it.
with it. I'm done with it.
You
Well,
can't have
no,
it.
listen. To me, I left this movie, and if anyone ever asks me again who's my favorite Spider-Man, I'm gonna be like, yo, all 3, bro.
Yeah.
Don't, I'm not choosing anymore.
I'm gonna say Miles Morales.
Well, yeah, and
But,
we'll get into that because
but,
Miles is already
the
in the
funny thing is,
MCU. He's
I
in
want to
there.
disagree with Toe in one thing. I think the most human I've ever seen Spider-Man is when he's talking to Vulture, and Vulture recognizes that he's Spider-Man.
Oh,
Okay,
he was scared.
yes.
He was scared.
Because
Yeah.
he's looking and he's looking and he goes, listen, I will kill anybody you ever love. And you can see 2 things registering on Peter Parker's eyes: fear and acknowledgement of what's going on here.
Yep.
Now, as powerful as he is, you have a man that knows everything you are and the technology that he has, and you know how vicious he is because you've already tangled him once. But now you're not facing him as Spider-Man, you're facing him as Peter Parker, and he's awesome. And the great thing I love about the dynamic is this is also your girlfriend's father.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
fear in itself. That's another fear.
That
But
is
he's
a
also
good human
he
moment.
looks at him, and the great thing is that lighting was perfect because at first it's red, all of a sudden it's yellow, and he's slowly realizing, wait a minute. Then when it hits green, he goes, you're Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You're Spider-Man. I get it now. And that's that perfect. That's, you know what I do that too when somebody gave me shit for it. I recognize that as Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro when they're having that back and forth.
Yes.
That recognition of each other. The same deal. But
And the respect is there too.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing.
Because Vulture says that he's like, look, you saved my daughter.
Mhm.
I can never repay you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that, I'm gonna let you go though.
Mhm.
But I hear anything else about you, fam, trying to come for my shit and my peoples, we got a problem. That was an that's such an intense
when he goes like that. All right, I get it. But
and
next
to Civil War,
same deal.
Next to Civil War, that's the youngest we've seen Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know? So like
yes, but that thing is because it's not Spider-Man and Vulture. You know what I mean?
It's Peter Parker and this girl's dad.
Yeah, it's Peter Parker and a father.
Yeah.
And a villain. He's also like, So yeah, and then again,
good.
you know what also helps? It is Batman.
That's true. That's true.
Apparently, yeah, you told us.
Like,
he would tell it to him.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
You go like, I'm Batman.
Yo,
I'm
stop,
like,
we're doing
how
a
dope
freaking
is that?
scene.
You're like, I'm Batman. That's a dope dynamic. But I'm sorry, I was just thinking about the most human I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and I'm talking about all three of them. It's that moment where he's like, shit, I'm just Peter Parker right now. He forgot about his powers.
Yep.
Even though he says Spider-Man, forgets it. It's just straight fear and acknowledgement of like, shit, he knows me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying.
No, go ahead. I was done. That was a good point. That was a good point.
About the dynamic?
When you said that, it greenlit me because I was thinking about that the whole time in the back of my head. And by the way, recognizing Michael Keaton, an amazing Marvel villain. You're top.
He was
10,
good.
Top 5. My man, you know what I'm saying? You're up there,
was
brother.
good.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
The fact that, by the way, he was just trying to give his daughter a better life. And anybody can relate to trying to help somebody out. I'm not a father yet, but I get it. You know what I mean?
No, for real. Yeah.
Yo, Cabs.
Yes, sir.
Dynamic between the three Spider-Mans to me was amazing. I felt like, now that I heard Cap's review, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I felt like everybody here would have gotten a piece of Spider-Man that they knew and they wanted.
100%.
You guys got your Tom Holland. Somebody got their Andrew Garfield. I got my Tobey Maguire because I remember I specifically said that when we had the argument. That's my guy. Oh, that was the worst one to me. Okay, that's fine. We each got to see a piece of our Spider-Man.
All three of them are alive and kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we grew up with all of them like from beginning to now, and you're like from here to like the evolution of them in their movies, especially in the villains. It's a beautiful thing, but the camaraderie was amazing. I love that the lab thing, besides the roof thing, was my favorite thing. He was like Peter. That's all three. That's all of it.
And they do the
like,
Peter Parker. No, yeah, we're still all Peter Parker.
And then it's like, shit.
The laptop, the computer, and yo, and that was so when they're talking about it, and like, man, like one of my biggest problems with Andrew was that yes, he was too cool for school. He was a little hipsterish. He was a little emo. He was always crying, like more than any Spider-Man. And here it's no different. But here it was a little different because he brought real life drama with this character. So it was a little bit more like Andrew said, yo, and Andrew has been doing a whole bunch of movies. He's been winning awards left and right. That kid can act. We all know that. But maybe for Spider-Man, it might have been a little too much. But now that we see this, he's bringing all this real life drama that how he perceived his movies and his Spider-Man. It's crazy to see. So like just the little moments, like when he is looking at when both Peter 2 and Peter 3, Peter 2 being Toby, Peter 3 being Andrew, when they're both looking at Peter 1, Tom, with MJ, and like, Toby's like, that's good, man. I remember that. And then Andrew's like he's sad. And then old man Toby, the dad, he's like, you got somebody? Like, and then just oh my God, like that shit was so good. And then we finally get the moment where Andrew Garfield redeems himself and he catches MJ. And then he's down there, he looks at her, he's like, yo, you okay? She's like, yeah. And he's like crying. It's like, this Spider-Man transcended the screen, bro. That was actually a moment where Andrew can look upon and be like, yo, they like me now. They like my Spider-Man. And like Cap said, we've been showed love to his Spider-Man. We've been, again, we're always going to say he was a little too cool. Like, why is he dunking on Flash? He's too cool. This guy's swaggy. He's, but like, that was a moment that transcended the screen. Like, he didn't catch MJ. Like, he caught all of us. He caught all of us that ran away from him, that let him go after the disaster that was Amazing Spider-Man 2. He caught us all, So that was a huge moment. And again, he starts crying. And it's like, bro, stop crying for 5 seconds. But it's part of his character. So I feel like in a weird way, and, Cap did say this, like, we knew this already, but it was good to see it out in the public. It was good to see the respect that the MCU had for both of these characters. Like, we understand that you guys are the OG Spider-Man. We're going to respect you for that. Like, there were so many little tidbits, like the needles that they use for Doc Ock are the same ones that they use from the Raimi movies. Like, there was a bunch of little details like that. Like, MCU didn't come in here like, oh, whatever, man, just come along. Like, no one half-assed this. Like, you can tell they put massive amounts of love into this movie, and it just radiates, man. I'm so happy for Andrew, bro. I'm happy for him.
Can I say something good about this movie? So
Oh,
that
please.
the entire time I'm not.
Please.
You might have to watch it again. Please do.
Yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
my God.
I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think I can watch this again. Or let me put it this way: I don't think me rewatching it is gonna help me, because that's just shit that I gotta.
The best thing you could do is never watch this movie again.
Damn.
But so
Or let it play in the background.
yeah.
Let it play in the background.
Okay.
Yeah, like how show does it.
But the one good thing I would say is I was 100% when Tom Holland jumped down to get her and the glider took him out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said anything out loud, but I was 100% like, yo, Andrew, go grab her.
Yeah.
Andrew, go get her.
I said that. I did.
And when the way he did it, you could tell that
He
his
learned.
version of Spider-Man learned.
Yes.
Because he didn't just try to web her.
He went
and caught her.
He pushed himself to make sure he can reach her and not web. Oh,
He did what I think what Cap would appreciate. He did the science thing. You know how they see Superman can't just fly in and grab somebody, go split him in half? He literally caught up to her speed.
Yep.
Then Princess and him learning.
Yeah.
It's two beautiful things at once. You know what I mean?
And that moment, again, this is why the movie's so down on me. I wish I could have been in tears, because that's a moment I would have been crying with him, because I recognize in his face, I recognize that thing where simultaneously he was like, I wish I would have done this.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to know that I could save someone.
Yes.
That I'm not just gonna continuously web and like. There was so much going through the screen.
That one
the whole
scene.
time, I was like, I'm sitting there going, in my head, I'm like, yo, why the fuck am I not in tears right now? This is some bullshit. Like,
knowledge is power. With great knowledge comes great responsibility.
Oh, I want to also point out another thing. I said this afterwards, that I do kind of slightly wish. Like, I'm not mad that Aunt May said the line and gave the lesson. but I do kind of wish she would have alluded to an Uncle Ben. But again, only because I am personally I was super close at toe with our uncle. He was the third parent to us.
Yeah,
So,
that's what's
again, I was like, yo, the other two got him. Like, what?
Like if she, like I feel what you said. Like if she would have been like your Uncle Ben always said. With great power. You know what? You know what?
I was kind of expecting that.
Cap, I 100% agree with that. That would have been just.
But
or when they're on the roof and they mentioned Uncle Ben and he turned and was like, well, I wasn't that close to my Uncle Ben. You know, something like that. You know, just
or
to be like
acknowledgement. Yeah.
So,
Because they did so much of it. So that's the
him.
thing. So that's what I was going to tell you, Cap, and I'm going to let you I promise. When you do so much fan service and so much detail, you leave shit out. And sometimes it's just really important shit that you might have overlooked. Maybe they looked at, maybe one of the directors looked like, yeah, man, we should have had her say like Uncle Ben used to say this, or like your uncle used to. You're so right about that, man. Yeah, I agree.
But I will give them props because she actually, for the first time ever, says the correct line.
Original line from the comics.
Yes.
And
if anybody knows, and this is something that I didn't learn until later on in my life, that's a line that Uncle Ben never says.
Yep.
That's a line Stan Lee wrote in.
It was like a blurb. It was a Stan Lee blurb at the top of the comic. Yeah.
But it was attributed to the fact that Uncle Ben had died, and Spider-Man learned that lesson through that death. So again, this is one of those things where it's like
too much knowledge.
Yeah, I brought so much out. Yeah. I don't know why. I was.
What was the original line, Cap, from the comic?
It's with great power must also come great responsibility.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. Seeing from the outside, that's a hell of a lesson to learn now. And I know Spider-Man wasn't there because he was one of the ones that got snapped. But you had just fought a man who snapped half the universe.
Well,
and you came back and you were part of the people who undid. Well, you were not the ones who undid it, but you were there to stop him permanently. Again, for me, the logic, I can't wrap my head around the logic of you. You ever hear that song by Nas where he tells the story backwards? Yeah. To me,
don't say anything bad about that song.
No. What I'm saying is, to me,
if you like your teeth,
the logic of that song works because I knew that was the premise of that song.
I hear it.
But the logic of watching all three Spider-Mans almost in a forward reverse, where he's been through all this shit, and then you tell him the lesson that every Spider-Man needs to learn, I'm having trouble grasping.
Here's the thing.
Can't make that make sense.
Here's the thing, Cap. If we're gonna go through the history of Spider-Man or any Marvel MCU hero, even with Shang-Chi, they are not heroes. Now, think about it. Captain America.
Before you said that, I got shit for saying that a couple of podcasts ago.
No, but the thing is, like, you think about it. Iron Man made the Iron Man suit, and then he had to go fight. Forgive me for missing his name, but
Ironmonger.
You know, Ironmonger, because they wanted to copy Iron Maiden, whatever the fuck his name. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not Iron Maiden.
He had to prevent shit, pretty much, right? Captain America comes back, and he had to go find Bucky. And he wasn't a hero to anyone. He was trying to save his friend. It was selfishness that made him want to save Bucky because he felt he owed him that, right? So, and then, like I said with Iron Man, Thor was just an arrogant piece of shit that wanted to fight everybody, and just so happened to be in one of those things where it's like, fuck, you know, this got out of control, and, you know, some niggas came for me. He wasn't trying to save nothing. They were all trying to prevent things from happening. Where the new Captain America, Falcon, he's being a role model. You know, he's like, yo, I'm a soldier, like Cap is, and a lot of these heroes are in Wanda. I'm a soldier, but he goes, hold on, wait, I'm Captain America. Now I'm a symbol. I have to be a role model for these people. Not technically a hero, where Spider-Man is the hero. He's the guy who saves the person who's getting mugged and who tries to change the neighborhood and, you know, tries to lead by example or whatever because he's still a little kid. And he's the one that goes, like Aunt May said, he goes, these are not my responsibility. They were from another planet. But if we can help him, why can't we help him? Because if he loses that humanity, he's no better than Thanos. He's no better than Doctor Strange, who, in my opinion, was a piece of shit in this fucking movie. Which I get it. I do. I perfectly get his logic. But also, he's no better than fucking Ronan the Accuser, and he's no better than Peter Quill punching Thanos in the face.
Who deserves all the
Sylvie.
Or Sylvie. You know what I'm saying?
Sylvie.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is where the growth of Spider-Man, because now not only do we have Avengers, but this is the start of the heroes. You know? Because if this goes into Captain Marvel with what's the young lady's name?
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. But you know the Muslim the Muslim one.
So what you're saying is you're looking at learning from the past. You're looking at the pure heroes with pure intentions, not necessarily doing it for themselves, but doing it for the greater good.
Yes,
because these guys are Shang-Chi, Falcon, Ms. Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and these three things. They're younger, and they've seen what happens. And I feel like that goes more for Shang-Chi and Ms. Marvel than it does for Cap, in a sense of these are two people that literally just got dragged into something. She got the terrorist list, and Shang-Chi literally was like, yo, I was just trying to park cars and live a life.
Yeah.
Now I got 10 rings, and and I'm the greatest martial artist on God's green earth. But I get it. No, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Again,
so it's a pure MCU in a sense.
I just want to point out that I got so much shit for saying that exact thing a couple of podcasts ago.
Oh, I gave you all the kind of shit. I'll tell you right now. But you gave me shit for Sylvie, so we're even.
There you go.
We were being lawyers. We were being lawyers.
Yeah, and that's never gonna end, lawyers. Yeah. We're gonna do the Sylvie Quill thing to the end of time, brother. We will do this.
No, because Quill was on the list of 10 times a hero acted like a villain. And guess who was not on that? Sylvie.
But remember, we said it correct. I'm like, yo, he's a scoundrel and a moron.
We said that. Yeah, we said that he's an idiot. You know what's funny? Joe Rogan recently said in a podcast, he was like, yo, why does everybody hate Chris Pratt? I think everybody hates Chris Pratt because he's Christian. I'm like, nah, Joe, I love the Joe Rogan podcast. I listen to everything he says. I'm like, Joe, I think a lot of the hate is because of what he did with Thanos. A lot of it comes with that.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what the hate is, because I know what the hate is. He has an autistic son.
Yeah.
With Anna Faris.
Yes.
And then he went on Twitter
with Blake.
And he has two kids that are perfectly healthy with his new wife, the Schwarzenegger.
Blake. Oh yeah, Schwarzenegger's daughter.
And he did a whole soliloquy about how thankful he is
for
to have healthy children. Yeah. And it's like, yo, dude, but now you just inadvertently shit on your ex-wife and your son with autism. Jack, as if that was her fault.
It's friend Jack, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that I'm thankful that I didn't go through that again.
And we're not gonna go.
Wait, hold on. What was that show?
Yeah, I didn't take that as I'm thankful I didn't have to go through that again. With my
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Bro, at the end of the day, every time you have a child, if the child comes out healthy, you're gonna be. I'm thankful for the healthy baby. You're not talking shit about your last baby, but I mean, maybe he should have watched what he said, but people definitely took it wrong. It's not what he meant. It's not what he meant at all.
And who's to say he doesn't consider his autistic child healthy?
That's what I'm saying.
True. Again, that's a.
It's the people.
Problem.
Stupid.
No, I get it. But yo, fun fact: the Joe Rogan podcast is awesome, but it's not as good as this one.
Nope.
You know. All right, so
he didn't win the award.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely.
Can we get to this goddamn spell?
Can we get to the fucking
let's
spell?
Get to the, okay, real quick. Show. Any questions?
Sure, you could just chime in, kid. You don't gotta wait for
no. I'm listening.
Cut us off. Get in there.
I'm listening. I'm letting Cap let it go out. Let it all out because I think MCU hurt him profoundly. Like
Yeah.
he sound like they ruined his night.
He has an
No,
overactive
the funny
imagination.
thing is Cap ruined his own night.
Yeah,
Cap ruined his own night.
he has a very high active imagination, and when you give him an idea, it runs with it. And sometimes too much happens, and he'll expect certain things that make sense in the nuance of the movie that wasn't made, and then it's like, hold on, wait, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like us, like me and Lay with wrestling.
Yeah,
where it's like, hold up, time out. X, Y, and Z, but you're giving me 1, 2, and 3. This don't make no sense.
You know what's funny?
It's a good match.
When you see Daredevil season 2 and you get the Punisher,
I can't wait.
Right? So I'm not gonna say anything crazy about it.
Please chill with the spoilers because I'm about to go in on that this weekend.
When you get that first season, right, where it's just him, I did the same thing Cap did.
Yes.
I went in there with all this knowledge that I have of this character that I absolutely love. And since they shitted 3 movies in a row in different ways, I'm like, all right, somebody got to get something right. You know what I mean? And you go in there and all of a sudden you go, I need an AK and 2 clips. Who did this?
Yeah.
This rhyme.
Yeah.
That just happened. I'm just saying. So I went in with an expectation, and then I was like, fuck. So yeah. If you don't believe me, you can ask my best friend, Cav knows him. I was literally like, he was like, what is this? I was like, this is not right. This is bullshit. And he was like, yeah, I can tell because you're not happy. I was like, oh, I'm not at all. Here.
So you don't like Punisher and Daredevil season 2? Because I've been waiting.
No.
What I'm trying to tell you is
in Punisher 1, he doesn't like.
When I get this, right, this Daredevil, like Daredevil season 2, I got here, right?
Yeah.
And then when he got his own thing,
they
decided to clip his balls off. They knew him. So there you go. And for some reason, he screams like he's losing his mind. As a Punisher, he's a soldier. He will be stealth. He doesn't scream like he's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But that's just me, what you were saying. Yeah.
I get
what Cap is completely coming from.
I 100%
I
understand
that
Cap.
like, same way.
Yeah.
100%. I'm like, shit.
But let's talk about this damn spell. And I want to go first because all right. Please. So two things I didn't like about this movie. I'm gonna go over one real quick and then we'll talk about the spell. I don't want to discuss on it yet, but I was a little upset at the whole, Charlie Cox thing because it's like, he forgot SpiderMan now, so he doesn't need the representation. I know Marvel likes to put little pieces here that we'll see later, but like, man, Daredevil didn't even need to show up. I didn't want to see him take over and take anybody's shine and help later on, but like, something like maybe call him, like call Peter, like, are we gonna go to court? Something, but that's a nitpick. Let's talk about this damn spell. Let's talk about wishes as a whole. I've said it on this podcast before. Wishes fuck everything up. Talk to Wonder Woman. Talk to Gal Gadot right now. Talk to her right now. I bet she wish they never put that wish in there. Now,
talk to the man who became Trevor.
Rape stole a man's life.
Rape scenes. Gal Gadot is raping this person. I said it. I love you, Gal. Come over to Miami. I miss you. Anyways. So
what you shot, baby?
What's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
I miss you. Man, like the wishes make everything crazy. Now, the funny thing is, this takes directly from that comic. One More Day or A New Day. I forget
One More Day.
One More Day. Okay, where Peter Parker joins Tony Stark after the events of Civil War, and he says, "Yo, I'm Spider-Man." That leads to Aunt May dying. He goes to Doctor Strange first.
Yes,
and Doctor Strange turns him away. Like, nah, I'm not doing this. And then he kind of like linked with Mephisto, whatever. He ultimately ends up going to Mephisto and granting this wish. And then the cost of the wish is his marriage with Mary Jane. Like a little side story. Everyone hated this comic. It was not greatly received. And I'll bring something up about this later, a theory that I have about a new villain. So the reason they did this was a soft reboot because the new writer of Spider-Man did not like him being married to Mary Jane and taking away from his youthfulness. So that's why this was made, which I kind of get. We say here all the time, Mary Jane just kind of ends fucking shit up, Lois Lane syndrome, but whatever. People didn't like it. So there is real continuity and real things that they're taking from here. But I don't care what anybody tells me. And seeing the second post-credit scene, which is not a post-credit scene at all, it's just a fucking trailer. I hate when they do that. I hated both of these post-credit scenes. I didn't like any of them, even the Venom one. I'm not a huge fan of that Venom. Anyways, so something's up with Doctor Strange. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Something's up with Doctor Strange. And I know that they try to bring down the implications of the spell. And they completely changed that scene over. Wong doesn't tell him don't do that spell and leaves, and the wink. They completely changed that scene from what we saw in the trailer. So Doctor Strange goes, oh man, we did the same forget spell. Do you remember that party? And Wong goes, no. He goes, exactly. And then Wong's like, this tip messed with the fabric of time. So Doctor Strange is mad at Peter for coming at him with this wish and not going to the admissions office of MIT first. But bruh, you went with it. You went with it. Like, son, and again, I know this is kind of like what Cap is going through, the knowledge and, not letting things ride. I can't let this one slide. This was extremely irresponsible, fucking Strange. Like, do you just want the multiverse to be out there? I swear to God, because you always at the front and center of fucking this shit up. You want to talk about Spider-Man's failures and cleanups. Look at Doctor Strange, goddammit. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like it was very irresponsible. And then the problem with this wish, not necessarily the first one, because I think they did a good job explaining it, the second one. So what the hell now? So we forget who Peter Parker is, and we forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So MJ, there's no pictures with Peter. There's no text messages. Like, so is he erased off pictures now? Like Back to the Future? Like if MJ sees, so like he can't go to school anymore, but I mean, he's still Peter Parker. Does he still have an ID? Is he in records? Like, did this spell erase records and files and data? Is that something we may see later? That Nick Fury's like, nah, I still know you're Spider-Man, buddy. I got the file right here. So it's like, does Zola know? Like, it's so weird. Wishes mess everything up. And like, I get what you're doing. You wanted to go with the soft reboot, but there's so much questions now, and I need answers now. Yeah. I don't want to wait until another trilogy, and then later. Strange. There's so much questions to this goofy ass spell, but the Doctor Strange trailer kind of made me believe a few things because we see Evil Strange here, straight out of What If. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I got a question, real quick.
Please.
Would Wolverine still know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
He probably does. 100%. Okay. Yes. He does.
If he knew, he would still know.
Yeah.
I think y'all looking at it. Y'all looking into it too much.
No.
Yeah.
Like the spell. Yeah. What if the spell is just for this movie? Y'all looking at it like that's it. Nobody knows Spider-Man forever.
I mean, that's how they made it look like. It went through the multiverse.
So
it's like, do we still know the other Peter Parkers? Like, do people? So if Toby goes back home now, he goes into his crib. Mary's just like, yeah, who are you?
No, I don't think
it's like a blip.
No,
it's like a blip.
I don't think that happens because of the fact that they were pulled into his universe. So I think in his universe, it's only for that universe. But because so many people outside the universe, it was like, hold on, wait, we gotta get this nigga to erase his shit. This nigga to erase his shit. This it's like it's pulling people.
So then what I'm saying.
So when they go back,
what I'm saying,
they're left alone.
It only counts for Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
I believe so.
So that's what I agree with that. But that's my problem. And now we got a whole bunch of other questions. Like, again, did we delete text messages between him and his friends from their phone? Does this spell transcend matter and can remove shit? Because if that's the case, okay, but there's so much questions. What do you think, Cap? That's my least favorite part of the movie is the wish.
Here's my two problems. The spell.
Sorry for speaking so loud. I'm very excited.
No, it's perfect.
The spell, for movie purposes, was drawing everybody to the MCU because it's a movie, right? But the original spell was, if you know Spider-Man is Peter Parker,
you forget that.
Then you're gonna come in, and the only way to get out is for you to no longer know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. That means everybody in any universe who knew Peter Parker Spider-Man no longer knows Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because they weren't coming specifically for Tom. They were being drawn to an energy of a Spider-Man. Because no one knew Tom Holland when they showed up. They're like, you're not the guy I know.
Yeah.
So therefore, by movie logic, MJ, Mary Jane from the original, doesn't know Peter anymore.
Doesn't know Peter.
So again, why my outside logic can't wrap my head around this? You just sent Tobey Maguire back and fucked up his life. You just
the little that he had left
and fucked up his life because we have to save villains. But again, that's just second problem with this spell. The spell is a memory thing. Why did you erase Peter Parker? Why isn't the thing why wasn't the spell specific to people don't know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker? Because then he could have went into the coffee shop, Stu had MJ and all that shit, and something would have happened, and you would have got that look of shit, I gotta go, but I can't let them know.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed that a lot better.
Because here's the thing. Even if you want to say all digital records and shit like that, Happy Hogan knew Aunt May
through Spider-Man,
but he didn't know Aunt May had a nephew. She never mentioned him. She never mentioned a nephew, even if he doesn't know the name. He doesn't like.
Aunt May wouldn't have known him either.
They would. He wouldn't have known him either. Like he wouldn't have known that was the nephew. He could have. It could have been. He could have had a nephew. Like May could have had a nephew, but he just wouldn't have known that it's him.
But also, what happened to Flash Thompson's book?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that gone? Is this just a book about some Peter Parker that no one knows? Like, yo, Flash, who the hell's Peter Parker? And granted, we might get those questions answered later. I get it. But at the moment, that shit left way too much. And now, and real quick, and I'll let you go, I promise. I do love how this ended, that he is alone now, that he's in his broke apartment, that he's gonna go to the Bugle. I do love that. But man,
we don't know if he's gonna go to the Bugle, but
he better. He better. Like, if you don't go to the Bugle, then you just fucked up. But my thing is that, like, as much as I did love this ending, it's like, bro, there's so much questions now with this goofy ass wish.
Yeah,
and the irresponsibility of Doctor Strange. Like, I think he's the real problem here. You could have been like, yo, get out of here. And then gone to Mephisto. Because Mephisto would have been like, okay, I'll definitely take that from you. I'll give you that wish, but I'm taking your friends. I'm taking everybody that knows you're Spider-Man. You're still you. Like, it could have worked better with Mephisto. I know they're not just going to bring in Mephisto. Maybe this Strange is a Mephisto copy or something. But, bro, it just brings a lot of questions. Go ahead, Tom. My bad.
Before you go, here's another thing to think about. All right? How many people, they blasted Peter Parker's name all over the news, right? But how many of you guys watch Alex Jones?
Jessica Jones?
Do you even know who Alex Jones is?
The guy that always does the reports in the MCU?
No, that's J. Jonah James. Alex Jones is a real person. That's
the real one that does the reports
in
the MCU, not Spider-Man. The MCU, he always doing those. He's always doing like the news. When there's news, it's him. He's a real person.
No, but he's a right wing guy, right?
Yeah.
He's what J. Jonah Jameson was based off of.
Yes.
Right. Not too many people watch him. Not too many people get the information. So, like, around the world, they don't give a shit. So the number of people that are actually affected by this spell,
it's like 4 people,
is way less in our in the universe that Tom Holland's in than we think. So again, for it not to be that, hey, you just don't remember, for it not to be that you don't remember what Quentin Beck said, and everybody was like, yo, I remember they played that video. What the fuck did he say in that video?
So this
He
is
said
like,
something about Spider-Man killing him.
Well, so
it's just kind of like I've seen a lot of people discuss it as lobotomized. Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though. In my opinion, based off of the things that happened, the biggest fuck up in this whole memory wipe shit is the fact that MJ has that scar. If MJ didn't have that scar, then you could say that this is some kind of a time wipe, where he went back into the time of when people found out he was Peter Parker, when people first met Peter Parker, and then just erased that.
Like a different save state you loaded back up. Yeah.
So it's like all your memories that you had were of either Spider-Man being there or just some random dude.
Because we don't have the time stone anymore, which was the original plan. Like, just go back to before people knew.
You know what I'm saying? Because that makes sense. Because when he walked into that coffee shop, they were already accepted by MIT.
Yeah.
So without so he didn't erase them knowing him. It's almost like he erased him from their existence.
Yeah.
They never fought. They never fought the spider monkey in France. They never fell off of the fucking Eiffel Tower or whatever the fuck the monument. You know what I'm saying?
So that's my question. So that is my exact question. So do they remember that Spider-Man did it? Because Spider-Man is still a thing. People still know there is a Spider-Man out there. So like in that same regard, would people remember, oh yeah, I remember Spider-Man saved me.
Yeah.
They just don't know he's Peter Parker. And then fully more than that, Peter Parker just doesn't exist now.
It would kind of be like let's say we're all chilling on the train, and
Peter Parker was at a party we was at.
No, like we're on the train chilling. We're chilling with Krillz, and Krillz is like standing on the other side of the train, but he's a part of the conversation. They wipe our memory. Krillz is still on that train, but we never talked to him. We don't even pay attention to him.
But here's my question,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Here's my question with that. So you mean to tell me that you've erased all your interactions with him, but then he needs a GED book because he no longer was in school?
He's not, like
so
he's just
all
still
the time.
Peter
all
Parker
the time
should
before
still be
the dropout.
Yeah,
you don't remember. You don't have to know his name, but you don't remember this kid in your class.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's no recognition.
They just know. They look at him and they're like, "Oh,
from
I don't know who that
Zendaya
is."
when he walks in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like, oh, I know him from a past life. There's no recognition as, oh, that's a kid from school.
That's a kid from school. Hey, I know you from geometry. That would have been that's all I needed. Yo, Cap, 100%. That's all I needed.
That makes sense.
He walked in and she looked at him like, all right, weirdo, what the fuck
like,
are you still doing?
Hey, Peter Parker. You know,
your eyes, no matter what your memory thinks or what mind did you not see him? And any other fucking
it'd be like a deja vu type shit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. A glitch in the matrix, something. And there is some of that. There is a sense that she knows who this person is. Like there was some sparks there at the very least. But still, like, give me something. Like, oh yeah, I had detention with you a couple years ago. Something.
She still had the necklace.
Yeah.
So in her mind,
somebody had to give that to her.
Yeah, in her mind, who gave her the fucking necklace?
So that one's okay. I'm okay with that because the way that I see it, she knows someone gave her that necklace in her Europe trip. She just doesn't know who gave it to her. And she's like for example, like let's say
it could have been Mac.
Let's say it could have been Ned or whatever. Let's say she's in her car. Say she's in her car and she got all of her jewelry in the glove compartment or something. So she's like looking through her jewelry. She's like, I don't remember this one, but this one's kind of nice. And bam, because she knows that, because she feels it. Like, I'm okay with that. My problem is documents. Like, all of the news blasted. Yo, there is posters in Times Square. They have the whole Spider-Man. Yeah. Like, so does that disappear? Or do people look at that and just, I don't care? Like, that is my question. Like, I like with the people, I'm fine with that. My thing is, proof that he was already there, pictures, text messages,
physical evidence.
Physical evidence, yes. Does that get erased too? Because it's like, goddamn, my man, you erasing words off text. So Flashpoint doesn't exist, or now Flashpoint exists with someone who's Peter Parker, and Flash is gonna be like, I don't even remember this guy. Like, what? You know, it's weird. It's weird.
It would have been easier. And again, Doctor Strange could have did this because Doctor Strange erased a party.
Yeah.
For only the people that were in the party. He could target
He did say when it was out of control, he goes, your original wish ain't gonna work no more.
Yeah, he does say that. He does.
Yeah, but here's the thing. His original wish could have still worked. Because all Doctor Strange has to do is separate within that spell. Everybody knows that a Spider-Man exists. They don't know who that Spider-Man is. Everybody knows that a Peter Parker exists. But there's no bridge connecting those two.
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem was
original wish was I want everybody except these 16 people to know. I want everybody to forget it except these 16 people.
But you gotta remember when he started altering the wish and the spell went out of control.
Yeah,
and it was pulling people in to wipe their I believe to wipe their memory, or it was some shit like that.
So that's your thing. Instead of wiping everybody's memory,
he drew
it called everybody who knew.
Yeah.
Because he wanted people to not know he was Spider-Man. But he fucked the wish up so much that it changed to let Aunt May know I'm Spider-Man. Let her know I'm Spider-Man. Let him, and him. So then it became let everybody who knows I'm Spider-Man. That's why they started coming.
You know, but I mean, it's crazy because you could have just fucking had the original wish and been like, "Yo, Aunt May, I'm Spider-Man."
Yeah.
But
yeah. So
but also he's a kid that's irresponsible.
Yo, think about this though. Think about this.
This is Doctor Strange's fault.
Think about this. If that wish,
we're gonna take him to court.
If the original wish would have worked, if the original wish would have worked the way it did at the end, let's say he does that. He goes home, and now this lady's like, "Who the fuck are you in my house?" Because apparently he doesn't exist at all.
Well, she did die, which is why he did it.
No. I'm saying the first wish.
No, the first. Well,
the first.
Well, he did say Aunt May.
If he didn't fuck it up, if he just let Doctor Strange do it without saying anything, and the wish would have been done the same way, he would have walked into Aunt May's house, and she would have had to call the cops because he doesn't exist.
Well, no, because the first wish was, I wish that people didn't know I was Spider-Man. So there was still Peter Parker and thing. Later on, Strange is like, yo, it ain't going to be as easy. Everyone's going to have to forget you, which I think is extreme.
It doesn't make sense.
It does,
but
it's extreme.
Well,
it doesn't make sense that people need to forget that Peter Parker exists, that he never he can't go to school. He never applied to a college.
I think Strange just got lazy. Strange was like, yo, I've been in an
the
alternate dimension for 12 hours.
Specified.
Yeah.
As a Magic player, as a D&D player, spells are very fucking specific.
Also, you know, we can't overlook the fact that my man is trying to hold the fabric of the universe together while putting the wish together. He wasn't in the sanctum of solitude, sitting there fucking meditating for 50 years, going.
Both of them together.
Oh, you know what? Here goes your. Here goes your wish. I just spent 3 hours on it.
It was fast acting.
Yeah, it was like, yo, bro, everyone's gonna have to forget you. Okay, and now he's sitting there going, damn, if I would have remembered this kid, I could have just did this, this spell, the Lavate los Manos, and everything would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? This was last minute. This isn't like, the super thinking of putting a super in front of a fucking Mack truck train to flip it over. Like that, you need time to prepare for. You didn't have time for the sanctum of solitude.
Which leads me into something that Cab said that I fucking agree with. And I said this to you in the theater. There's something wrong with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, get out of here.
He was a little too nonchalant. He was a little too nonchalant.
And I get that. you know, they downplay the spell. He's like, yo, we do this shit all the time, bro. This ain't nothing. But still, like, bruh, I get that you guys saved the world together. And he says that, yo, we saved the world together. You can call me Steve. But it's like, fuck. And like, people are like, oh, Doctor Strange is a Skrull. If he's a Skrull, he wouldn't have been able to do the spell. So get that shit out of here. Like,
not true.
Like, he can't do that spell as a Skrull. The Skrull doesn't have. They can't imitate powers, can they?
No.
Super Skrull.
Wait, Skrulls might not be able to imitate powers, but that type of magic is not something that can't be learned.
True.
I mean, Ned
look at Ned. Look at Ned.
Yeah. I mean, you have an innate ability to do magic.
I hope it's not a Skrull. Like, I know something is weird there, and like, he was weird in the trailers. He's even weirder here. I'm like, yo, Strange, this is too easy.
Yo, here's my question. Here's another question. Zendaya clearly points out that you kind of fucked up the spell too. This is your problem.
Yeah.
And his solution is you teenagers Scooby-Doo this shit.
Go and get the bad guys with the what?
What are you doing? Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Well, he had to make that containment center for the spell.
No. I know, but what I'm saying is, like, he gave one person who fucked up the spell and his two human friends give him way too much responsibility. And I get it. It's for the movie. Scooby-Doo this shit. I get it. But it's like, bro, something is up with Strange. And then when we see that trailer and we see Evil Strange, I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. Maybe that's him. Like, after all of the multiversal shit that he's done, maybe he's losing himself little by little. We do see Evil Strange again. Maybe this is the key. Or maybe it is Mephisto. It's
not Mephisto.
Let's do it. Fuck it. We already crazy enough. We literally bought Andrew Garfield and Toby. Let's make him Mephisto, bro. Fuck. I need an explanation.
Yo, what if this movie happened at the same time as the Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi?
Yeah, well, it's the multiverse. Yeah,
because remember, he was trapped inside the mirror realm, and then he's in the Grand Canyon, right? Yeah. So what if he had to deal with all that shit with Mephisto and the Scarlet Witch, and then came back and was like, "Yo, I was in the fucking Grand Canyon."
That would be insane.
And
then
came back on some like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying?
Like, trying to get himself out of there and going through a bunch of shit.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm trapped in the. You can get out of the mirror. You can get out of the mirror realm, no problem. But you can't get out of the Grand Canyon.
No. So here's the thing. That's a cool idea, but I don't think that his movie is gonna be solved in 12 hours. Regardless of how much you tell me time is different and blah 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 blah. Like, what?
Hey,
as he's being
we're doing theories. We're doing theories.
Yo, unless he's fucking, like Cab says, that's Mephisto or another
Evil
fucking
Strange.
or another sorcerer.
A variant. Something is up, man.
That took his body, or basically, here goes a clone. Like, he put a clone self of himself to run the whatever the fuck the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then went to go deal with Wanda, and then that clone shit helped out Peter.
That'd be hilarious.
Yo,
honestly,
can we point out one other thing? He literally says, "Oh, the spell was nothing. You don't remember the party we threw. I used it to. It's a modify memory spell, right? For anybody who plays D&D, it's just modify a memory." Wong said, no, that spell unleashes the known and unknown. What?
Why would you do that?
Why would you use that one if you just wanted to change people's memory about a fucking thing? If you used that frivolously, that, hey, we threw a party, you got mad, so here's the known and unknown. To fucking make sure you don't remember that part.
It was very irresponsible. It was very irresponsible.
That's like turning around. That's literally turning around going, yo, there's a spider in my room. So you walk in with a shotgun and like, I got him. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
That's exactly what it is.
So, well, if there's a roach, you got to nuke him. Flamethrower to that motherfucker. So nothing survives, YouTube.
I'm not trying to nitpick, and I know a lot of this stuff is done for like movie purposes. The same way in Endgame, they went to time travel. They made it work in Endgame though, but like it was just weird, and something's up with Strange. I left that movie theater thinking he was weirder than what he was in the trailer. Something's up.
Wait, yo, but there's plenty of other movies. Not to cut you off, Joe. I'm sorry, but there's plenty of movies that can explain what's going on.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I need that.
Here's my thing. Just like in Eternals, we came up with the same thing. That the ending of Eternals, there's movies that will explain whatever. I don't have the belief that they will. Because it's not an immediate matter in the story they're telling.
It's just a bunch of geeks fucking pissed off. And
like when we get to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, that is on its own thing, is almost irrelevant to Spider-Man's problem.
But what happens when the other universe's Wolverine comes in fucking contact with Doctor Strange? Like, yo, I know Peter Parker, motherfucker. What'd you do?
And they confirmed this. They confirmed this too, that the events of No Way Home, WandaVision will lead up to the Multiverse of Madness. And that I literally just read like an hour before the podcast. Yeah. So maybe we get that. Maybe we don't. Maybe we're just being a bunch of nerds nitpicking. But either way, it's still extremely, like, we're talking about how these characters all lend so much to the movies and brought their own thing to these movies. And even people who were already in the Spider-Man universe, like Ned, we find out Ned has magic apparently in his family. We really get to see Zendaya bring down her wall and like be with Peter, and they kiss, and you know they're like a real couple now. It's believable. But like Strange is so out of character. Like, bro, like this guy was just talking about like, yo, man, I'll do anything for this time stone. So the time stone's gone and that's it. I don't know, man. She was very irresponsible, Strange, super irresponsible. But I mean, again, we're just nitpicking.
Yeah.
And the second thing I didn't like about this movie is that Charlie Cox didn't get, you know, another little hint later, maybe like a text message, something like, "Hey, Peter, I thought we were gonna go to trial. What's up?" You know, or like,
he said that his legal troubles were done. He wasn't gonna go to trial.
Happy on the other hand, you need to get your shit right.
So here's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Happy's free now.
Yeah.
There's no more investigation into the Stark industry.
No.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how they're going to explain what happened to his house.
Here's my problem. The investigation in the Stark industry, yes, it did lead off of the Spider-Man and Peter Parker thing, but the investigation still has Happy helping Spider-Man, even if they don't know who Spider-Man is.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, he should still be in legal trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Stark Industries should still be in legal trouble because they helped Spider-Man, even if they don't remember who the fuck Spider-Man is.
Sure.
So I'm saying, like, damn.
So, wait. No. Because Mysterio would have never known that Peter Parker was Spider-Man because he erased his memory. So that could have unfolded a lot differently. He would have never got the glasses. That could have never actually happened. That could have been wiped from everyone's memory that Mysterio did that shit. Because the whole plan impinged on Mysterio knowing Peter Parker was Spider-Man. And he took advantage of Peter Parker. If he never knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, then he had nothing to go against.
Yes, true. But now here's the problem with the spell. Because the spell, as depicted, right? People still know Spider-Man, but they don't know Peter Parker. So it is logical to think that J. Jonah Jameson had the video of Quentin Beck going, "Spider-Man killed me," and just showed the part where Spider-Man tells the drones to kill Mephisto without him saying anything.
Well, no, I think that'll still be a thing because
what was that like?
What you said, my bad.
Oh, that was great editing by Quentin.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you just literally spliced the good stuff.
I think Spider-Man is still, when we get back to this, I think Spider-Man is still going to be in the whole thing of him being framed of killing Mysterio. I think that's still going to happen because, I mean, in the comics, people love Spider-Man, but there's tons of people that think he is a vigilante.
Yeah,
and
because of J. Jonah Jameson.
I think J. Jonah Jameson is still going to keep that narrative going. And there's going to be, like, right down the middle, people who think Thanos was right, people who think the opposite. So I think that'll still be a thing, but it's just the wish was weird. It's murky waters when you start making wishes in movies, bro.
It leaves too many doors open.
Yeah,
if you put a logical thought to it. That's what I'm saying. It should have just been. It should have just been separate. They know one exists. They know this exists because for the rest of the world, they already didn't know Peter Parker.
What? How would you have felt if Tobey Maguire would have been like, "Yo, put the spell on me," and he would have had to, like everybody would have went to his universe.
That would have led to a whole bunch of other questions, but I see where you're going with this.
I'd be like, Toby, you're a hell of a guy.
So here's
appreciate
the thing.
you.
That would have then defeated the purpose of teaching Tom Holland how to Spider-Man. Because if he would have let him go and been like, all right, you take out all the villains. What the fuck is the difference between that and just send them home? Who gives a shit if they die? Because one of two things happens. Because I don't give a shit what anybody says. You can't save all villains. So that means we just sent Tobey Maguire to get his ass handed to him by 57 rhinos, or he murks some motherfuckers. So that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the movie.
We could go back and forth. You can make a whole podcast on the wish alone, bro. Like,
yeah,
it was sloppy. Like, they went for it. Like, don't get me wrong. This was an Avengers level movie. This was Infinity War. This was Endgame. Whether you like the payoff or not, or you like how they did it, this was a big movie. So they had to go to those tropey kind of movie tools to like help it go along. I get it. Plus, you kind of did your soft reboot. My whole thing is, don't let Spell do this. Don't let Strange do the spell. Let someone else do it. Don't even gotta be Mephisto. But I'm saying it's just very uncharacteristic of Strange, which leads to more uncharacteristic things in the movie. But we can speculate.
I just want to rant a little bit about the Venom part.
Oh God!
I didn't get to address
that. Real quick. We got 10 minutes left, so we'll do our final thoughts. But go ahead.
So here's my problem, right? At the end credit, this is why I personally will never watch a Sony Venom with Tom Hardy. And I'll get to the whole thing of it right here. At the end credit for Let There Be Carnage. What do you call it? Venom and Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, get sucked into the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Right before that, the symbiote says that he has billions of years,
infinite knowledge
across timelines and universes and everything. Right? He gets sucked in. He sees Tom Holland without the mask, and he licks the screen and goes, "That guy." Which to then I go, bullshit, because the only symbiote we've ever seen fought Tobey Maguire. So yes, Venom would know that Tobey is Spider-Man.
I think he's going off the suit though. Like he knows.
I think he knows.
Yeah, but he sees that it's Spider-Man.
But no. Here's the thing, Doc Ock. The minute he saw Tom Holland's face, he's like, "Wait a minute, you're not Peter Parker." So the spell drew everybody who knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Venom again, he knows that he should know Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is Peter Parker. When he comes and specifically licks the screen after seeing Tom Holland and goes, "That guy," that means he recognizes him.
I think he recognizes the suit too. I think he recognizes Spider, like, because they're saying Spider-Man, so maybe that. No, I'm just saying, like,
he's not there because he knows Spider-Man. He's there because he knows Peter Parker. That's what the spell is.
That's what the spell is.
So he's recognizing Peter, which makes no sense. Then we get to the end credit scene where you can ask toe tags. The minute he got sucked back, I was like, oh, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Thank God. So here's why. This is now I'm gonna get into why I hate this Venom. This motherfucker just told you that he has billions of years of knowledge, right? Across space and time and all this shit.
When did he say this?
In the post credit scene.
In the post credit scene of Let There Be Carnage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So we cut to Eddie Brock having a hard time believing Iron Man and Cap and the Thanos snap.
That was
it's like, yo, but your Venom, your symbiote, he didn't drop knowledge on you. You have an alien symbiote living inside you.
Well, he was busy trying to eat people. He was busy trying to eat people. You know, they didn't discuss that.
The fact that Eddie Brock is this fucking stupid.
That's the point of the character, though. Bro, you know what's funny? A lot of people been saying this, and I thought about it too. So, you come back to this universe, yo, we're going on to 12:30 today.
No. We can do as long as we can.
You come to this universe because we made this wish, and now you're here, but you end up in Mexico getting lit, listening to everything, and that's kind of Eddie Brock and this symbiote's kind of character, where they would totally botch it and end up somewhere completely fucking different, getting lit like, I don't remember this. What do you mean, Thanos? What do you mean, Iron Man? I don't know none of this. So, he's clearly from another universe. So I thought it was funny. But I don't like this Venom. And I didn't like Let There Be Carnage. I didn't like it.
Here's the thing. I have a reason. So I have a theory. The little bit of symbiote that was left over, right?
That's the best part of it.
That for some reason didn't fucking make it back.
Well, that part didn't know Peter Parker.
But so if there's billions of years across universes, dimensions, timelines, and all that, it is possible that the hive mind, that Venom licked the screen and said, this guy, because this symbiote in a future event that we haven't seen yet
100%
has had a run-in with Tom Holland.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And again, because he's pulling a hive mind, that's how he knew to lick the screen for this guy.
Yeah.
But again, why I hate Venom and why I don't like the writers is because if he had knowledge of those future events, he would have knowledge of Thanos. Like you don't hear Venom sitting there going, dude, I told you about this, or alluding to the fact like this is not a hard thing to grasp. He's just like, yo, you're drunk.
He does say your fragile human mind wouldn't be able to handle it, but then I mean someone's telling them anyways. But there's a lot of inconsistencies with this wish.
Then the last little nitpick that I have is the fucking audacity to be that nonchalant and to be that uncaring. If you're supposed to be the good guy, Eddie Brock, when you turn around, it's like, and you're telling me fucking people disappeared for 5 years?
Yeah.
And for the bartender to be like, my family disappeared. And him for not to be like, oh, my bad. Like, he did nothing.
He's drunk. Give him a break. He's drunk. He's drunk.
I've had to deal with drunk people.
Cap is going to give you the least amount of sympathy if you're drunk.
True.
I'm just saying he's drunk though. Like
no, dude.
And it was just a shock of everything. Like he was just he was just trying to process all of this. Like, yo, what? Where have I been? So I get it.
I've been on a drunk watch where I had to make sure people didn't asphyxiate on their own fucking vomit. And I've seen people
I have to do that too.
I've seen people get almost blacked out drunk, vomit, and still look up and have the ability to go, I'm sorry.
I mean, now we are nitpicking. Now we are nitpicking.
No, Again, I know this is all on me.
Yeah.
I know.
get it.
I'm leaving out. I'm not bearing the lead here.
Not for nothing. Because I didn't see the end credit for Carnage. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to know about it. I was like, maybe one day, 10 years down the line, I'll watch the 2 Venom movies, whatever. I had no interest in them. When that happened and I saw Venom, I turned to Cap. I said, "What the fuck was that end credit for Venom for Carnage?" And he tells me what it is, and I said, "That makes no sense. That has nothing to do with this movie. It has nothing to do with
like that Venom.
Like,
I don't like
it has nothing to do with this movie because if he came from another universe, how would he know? How would he know him? You know what I'm saying? Like, and also, if he knew him and wanted to go after him, why wouldn't he be one of the people to go after him?
Yeah.
Venom doesn't seem like the type of guy that goes, "I'm gonna kill you, but let me go handle your business first."
Yeah, let me finish my Mai Tai in Mexico.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of the part of his character. He says it. He's like, "Yo, in my planet, in my universe where I'm from, I'm kind of a loser." So that's how they're explaining it. It's like it would make sense for Venom to get all excited and come and get Peter, but get sidetracked in Mexico and get drunk and
also,
fuck up the whole mission.
But also, from what I understand about, I'll let you speak, Lay, my bad. One of the things I understand from Venom is that Venom hates Spider-Man because Spider-Man rejected him. And if he if he knows Peter Parker, then he knows Peter Parker rejected him at one point, and wouldn't that be one of those? Nah, we gotta get this motherfucker.
Or like Cap said, a nest of it, like a part of it.
Yeah.
Part of the greater. Because if you know about the symbiotes.
Fucking symbiotes.
I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
You know they're interconnected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One knows all. You know what I mean? But getting away from that, I can't stand that Venom. It makes no sense to me.
I
like the actor.
Venom.
I don't like the Venom. I'm not gonna lie to you. He should have been Wolverine. Now.
Yes.
Here. Right now. I'm talking about the actor Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Tom Hardy is closer to 5'3" than 6'3".
Yep.
First and foremost. Second of all, if you've seen Warrior, he has the build.
Yeah, and he has the attitude for it too.
And he has facial hair. He has everything going for him, right? So here's my question is, and you know, Sony is infamous in their great wisdom because they suck at it. I get where everybody was coming from when he did it. But if you, I always say before, if you pick up a comic book and you see how Eddie Brock is, Eddie Brock's a big dude. He's like, compared to Peter Parker, he's massive. He's like 6'3", 250, bro. The dude puts in work, especially after Peter Parker gets him fired. And he comes in contact with the Venom, with the symbiote, you know what I'm saying? That, like you so probably pointed, that Peter rejected after almost killing a criminal. I think it was Rhino, if I'm not mistaken. So what do we do here is we completely fuck it up. But now on the side of the Tom Holland is you don't have that Venom. You can fix that error on that side completely. So listen, I know this sucks the way it went, but let's understand that we have a great opportunity to fix.
Oh yeah,
to get
for
the
sure.
comic book
Yeah.
accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Now, when that complete shit show that I saw, the Venom, like I saw it, right? And I felt two things. I didn't pay for it, so I don't lie. And I felt like I still wanted my money back.
Yeah, man. That shit was a Schumacher film from the 90s. Like there was even like when he has the neon on, he's at the club and he gets so sad. Don't get me wrong. I think the symbiote is hilarious. I think his relationship and his banter with Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock is cool. I like how Tom Hardy is extremely twitchy. We've seen him do this before, but I hate the Venom movies, bro.
Absolutely.
I can't stand them. They're weird. Like they try to be too funny. Like it's Sony is stuck in the past still. Like, bro, I think it's just best for everyone if you just fucking give up Spider-Man as a whole to the MCU. Clearly, they don't want to do that. I get it. They got to sell the movies. They got to sell the toys.
Yeah.
I get it.
And
it's such a spit in the face to Venom, this movie. And is it more of a spit in the face than Topher Grace? No, it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it is. No, Topher Grace is amazing.
This is what we
as Venom. I didn't like him. I didn't like the Venom. I didn't like. Topher Grace's Venom was a little.
I like the look of Venom. The look of it, like from the comic, that looked like Venom. Yeah.
He does.
The attitude is all wrong for the actual Venom. The attitude is wrong. That thing is closer to Carnage than it is to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
In reality, it kills first, You have to reason with it not to kill.
And aren't they supposed to be
Brock has to
peaceful?
reason. When Brock becomes an anti-hero, he goes, yo, listen, we have to stop killing. And Venom's like, dude, it's like the Terminator. It's what I do. I'm a Terminator.
Yeah, but
I'm Venom.
aren't they a peaceful race?
Huh?
Aren't the
No,
symbiotes a
thing is,
peaceful
remember,
race and they take over
they
the...
are, but the thing is, it got to the point where when it got to Eddie Brock hated Peter Parker, who is Spider-Man. So it just, look, Carnage is a perfect example. It got with Carnage, Cletus Cassidy, and then what it become? It became Carnage. It literally feeds off of you. You don't feed off of it. It just bonds. Yo, Peter said, fuck you. It's like an ex-girlfriend that doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So fuck yourself. I'm going to get with this dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to make you jealous. Instead, it's going to try to kill you. That's all it is, bro. It's like a toxic relationship. It feeds off each other.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's the ex-girlfriend who didn't like you, found a new boyfriend who also didn't like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they realize, yo, we both hate this dude. Let's chill together and fuck with him. Perfect example.
So then that's a good segue to like something I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about like right as we wrap this up, right? Because just do another like 20 some odd minutes, whatever. So let's talk about where you want to see the future go, because we literally have a blank slate in all Spider-Mans now. If Andrew wanted to go and do his thing, we can do it. If Toby's not gonna do, I think Toby's done. If you want to do, we can. And then, but let's focus on like Tom Holland. So I got a couple.
Are they gonna do a Andrew Garfield movie?
Apparently, everyone is like they're signing petitions. They're using the hashtag TASM, the Amazing Spider-Man 3.
TASM 3.
Yeah, they're using that. Like they want this now. So I mean, look, if any one of these Spider-Men is gonna take on Venom, it gotta be Andrew. He's not pulling punches no more, because this shit's gonna get real. This is gonna get dark, you know. So it would be that. That's what I think.
And the emotional Spider-Man is perfect for that.
I think so. For what's gonna happen, let the symbiote take over Andrew. Oh shit. Anyway, so we have a clean slate for all of these Spider-Man. So I want to talk about Tom Holland, because I want to talk about villains. So what this did was use up a lot of villains, a lot of the big name guys. We still got Chameleon out there. We still got Hobgoblin out there. You know, there's Smite. You know,
Scorpion.
The Scorpion.
Kingpin.
He's already in the universe, though.
Yeah, with
and they could bring him over.
Out there.
Yeah, they could bring him. Like that would be Andrew, not Tom. But whatever, we could see some variations.
Kingpin.
Morbius.
So I'm coming to that. I have two crazy things right now. I'll try to be quick. So I'm gonna do a theory about a villain coming, and I'm gonna do an insane pie in the sky theory that will not happen, but I would want to. So Tom Holland. So this movie grabbed inspiration from a lot, comics, all types of media. A couple months ago, Tom Holland said, yo, this Spider-Man is cool. This Spider-Man is cool because it's also taking inspiration from the video games, the Marvel Spider-Mans that just came out. And it's cool. I did see some Easter eggs. So in those Spider-Mans, it's like the point of those Spider-Man when they were first releasing was like, yo, Spider-Man is a grown-up. He's not a kid. We're not doing Origins. We're not doing Uncle Ben. We're going to do grown-up Spider-Man. He's been in the thick of things for like 8 years. He's 23 years old now, and he's out there, which everyone loved. Something that gets heavily featured in these Spider-Man's games is Feast, the homeless shelter that Aunt May works in, right? Yep. So they also refer to that in the new Miles Morales game that came out. And they're very similar the way this movie ends and the way that game starts. Very similar. So a villain that I want to see, this guy's pretty new. Not a lot of people know him. Le mentioned him before for a second. I think he's really interesting. The person who runs that fucking shelter is using it as a front to be the underground Chinatown boss. And his name is Martin Lee, Mr. Negative. I think we can do that. Now, funny enough, after that comic, One New Day, when we're a completely fresh start over, the next issue or the next little arc was A Brand New Day. And who is the villain featured in that comic? Mr. Negative. Now, Mr. Negative, I don't know if you've seen him before. He's like all black. It looks like photo ink. He's all black with a white suit. He's Chinese. He uses a katana, which is great. He has white hair. So Mr. Negative was a smuggler, a human trafficker. He would bring people from China. Mr. Negative was on a boat coming to America. It crashes. He's the only one that survives. He takes over the identity of someone who died on board called Martin Lee. So Martin Lee decides, after everything that happened to him, they turned him into this bad person. I don't want to really go into the details. Go ahead. You got him there?
Fair use. I bought this fucking comic.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did it. Mr. Negative. Yeah.
Negative. Absolutely.
You're a good person for doing that, because people were nervous about that comic. It's a really good comic, though. It's a really good comic. Anyway, but Mr. Negative is essentially trying to be the Chinatown boss. So they infused him with a new drug type, like a new prototype drug called D-Light. So D-Light either gives you light, gives you dark. It gave him both. So when he is Martin Lee, the human, he's super nice. He has a healing touch. He can actually heal you by touching, and he opens this homeless shelter. But Mr. Negative, when he turns into that, because it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, when he's Mr. Negative, he uses Feast as a front to run guns and drugs and all of that shit. So it's very interesting. His crew is called the Inner Demons. It's very Asian. We got a lot of Asian influence now in the MCU because of Shang-Chi. So he could, the man dude is like, reach our contacts in New York City. Bam. Now, that's not how they mean in the comic, but it's a good way to introduce. So I hope we see Mr. Negative next. I think it'll be cool. I think it's a route. And Mr. Negative also leads into Miles Morales as well in the games. So I really hope they do that. That's a theory that I have about a villain we're going to see.
Right before you get to your crazy one.
No, the crazy one.
I just had a thought. So in the movie, before we even get to Miles, this is how we can do this movie. Peter Parker goes back to Feast to help.
Yep.
Mr. Negative's running it. Because nobody knows who Peter is, there's a weird interaction, and Mr. Negative does what he always does. He touches somebody and takes away their fucking shit. And he takes away Peter's SpiderMan ability. What does he run into? He runs into the symbiote. He wakes up with a black suit and an ability to fucking swing around. And then throughout blah, 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 he fights Mr. Negative, gets his shit back, fights off the symbiote. That leads into Venom coming up. You can bring in some other shit to get Miles in there.
MCU, you got it. We just gave it to you. We just gave it to you, bro. We just gave it to you.
Yo,
how many movies haven't we created on this damn podcast, bro?
Is that why you're fucking copywriting us, YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Because we just too ahead of the game.
Yeah, yep, that's what it is.
No, crazy theory.
Crazy theory.
This is crazy. Pie in the sky. So when we see Spider-Man end this movie, it is Christmas time. He swings over Rockefeller Center. Who's going to be in Rockefeller Center during Christmas tomorrow?
Hawkeye.
Let's just say Hawkeye gets to Rockefeller Center. He's setting things up in preparation for this huge battle. Spider-Man swinging right around, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember that guy." And boom, right back to what he was doing.
Isn't it the same Kingpin by any chance?
That's what I'm saying. It is the same Kingpin. Now we got Kingpin in there, and they just showed Matt. If the MCU just gives me 5 seconds, not even 0.5 seconds, Spider-Man just swings around, and Hawkeye's like, "Oh, I remember that guy." Whatever, and blah 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 starts doing their thing. I would lose my shit.
Yo, what would you do, Cabs, if Hawkeye's fighting tomorrow and something and like somebody goes to shoot some shit. Somebody goes to shoot some shit, but you see him get hit by something, and it's a fucking stick. It's one of the
clubs.
Yeah, but it's from Daredevil. It's not from Spider-Man. It's from Daredevil.
I'm okay with that too. I think that's more of a possibility that we'll see Daredevil because Matt Murdock is now in, like, he's always in New York, but now we know he's there.
Yeah.
So if we could see all three of them against the Kingpin, I will call out of work. I will quit my job and I will go live in the monks and with the monks in Tibet. If some shit like that happens, I will lose my shit. I will need to start learning to, meditate after something like that.
How funny would it be if they're fighting in Rockefeller Center and Clint's like, yo, we got to take this to a more secluded area. And Kate's like, Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yes. And let me tell you, I have not seen anyone talk about Mr. Negative. I have not seen anyone talk about Peter potentially being in Rockefeller Center. This is shit that I thought of. I'm like, yo, hold on. That's Rockefeller Center he's swinging over. Yo, Hawkeye season finale is in Rockefeller Center. And we have a whole new Spider-Man that could literally do whatever the fuck he wants.
There's only one problem with your plan. This would then have to take place after the mind wipe.
Yeah.
So Clint would be like, who the fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying.
He would know who Spider-Man is.
He would know who Spider-Man is. And he would be
He doesn't know who Peter is.
He doesn't know who Peter is. But he would be like,
he knows, remember, he never
that's exactly what I'm saying. He would be like, yo, I remember that guy. Like, it would be fake. He'd be like, yo, I know this guy.
Remember.
Or even look at him.
Like, the Infinity Gauntlet, he still had his mask on. And then when he started running, he was like, that's on you, son.
Oh, wait, no, Clint doesn't know who Peter is.
Doesn't know.
Wait, some people in that battle do know, like Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel.
Knows.
She knows. All those girls saw him without a mask. He does when he appears after coming back from the snap. He takes off the mask, so people know who he is. But they might remember this was, if anything, it is the easiest to erase it from the heroes, as opposed to regular people who live with Peter or no Peter. It'd be easier
because to erase from the heroes.
No, there was a huge battle. They don't fucking remember everybody that was there. So what I'm saying is,
you mean to tell me Black Panther's not going to remember him?
Who?
That whole is that whole is that it? Want to bring more, bro? Do you see this?
Like Peter Quill. It'd be hard to get rid of Peter Quill. Like whoever took his mask off in front of, they probably just don't remember that he's Peter Parker. But there is still a Spider-Man. So what I'm saying is that he'll be swinging, and then Clint would be like, "No, I know that guy from somewhere," something like that, or maybe they could draw back to the Civil War line where he's like, everyone's got a gimmick. Like it's a pie in the sky dream, but it'd be insane.
And even better if they turn around and be like, "Yo, we got to go to a more secluded area." Where? The Bronx. And then we find out that Spider-Man's from the Bronx now because he wiped your fucking memories, and not everybody needs to be from fucking Queens. YouTube with your copyright shit.
Spider-Cuz comes out.
Word.
It's funny though because he does mention the Bronx in the cartoon. He tries the Bronx in the cartoon.
I'd be a huge fan. Like, they're fighting there, they're doing that, and somebody else hires people there. Like, listen, it's gonna be something's gonna go down in Rockefeller Center. I need you guys there. Right away, you see Luke Cage go, "You ready for this?"
Yo,
we need one more. We need one more. What? There's only two of us. I'm understanding it's Kingpin, right? Yeah. Who knows Kingpin better than anybody else? He goes, "That's right, the blind guy." Now we have a real good Iron Fist, not the piece of shit we had before. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are, Finn Jones. You know what I'm saying? He goes, "Yo, we need one more. Who knows Kingpin better?" And this is going to be purely Luke Cage. Who knows Kingpin better than anybody else? He goes,
comes
"That's right. Got to call the blind guy."
Someone's going to show up tomorrow. Someone is showing up.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine if we just have that scene, right? But we just see a countertop and the base of a phone. And we're just like, "Hello?" And all you hear is "Sweet Christmas."
Yep.
And you're like, "Oh, that's him.
Christmas.
He's coming."
Yep. Absolutely.
We're going to see somebody tomorrow. We're going to see something. So that'd be nice. But we got 15 minutes left or whatever. If any villains that you guys would want to see, or where you think the direction is going, or any pie in the sky type of dream.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see, since they kind of they did the whole multi Spider-Man, is that clan they feed on Spider-Man. Like they feed on them. I forget their names right now. It kind of escapes me, but it's kind of like the Hellfire Club. They resemble the Hellfire Club. They look like Sebastian Shaw and them. Like, they wear those old Victorian gear. but they go through the multiverse feeding on Spider-Man. Like that's how they eat. They're like vampires almost. And you have Morbius.
We
You have an in.
Blade.
Yeah, and then that's the thing is, if you have an in with Blade, apparently I've read somewhere that Blade is going to also show up physically in Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You know what I mean?
What so they're gonna do? They're gonna do the Dark Knights or the something Knights.
Marvel Knights.
Forget.
Marvel Knights.
I forget their name, but it's him.
That for the longest.
It's him. It's Blade. It's the Black Knight with the ebony sword, and they're just legit killing everything that's mystic.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They called the Inheritors.
The Inheritors. That's the ones that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go full Spider-Verse. In reality, that's the way you do it. Because they literally go from universe to universe, multiverse, feeding on them. Until eventually Peter figures out this one and goes, yo, wait, why do I keep feeling something? Like something's going wrong. Then he gets the other ones that are remaining and they figure it out. I mean, you could do that. I would prefer completely the street level guys because we got the Hawkeye. I would prefer that because two things. One, we get more stuff in New York City, which I'm a fan of all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Two, you can still introduce this guy easily.
Yep.
At one point,
keep it on the ground, Marvel.
At one point, they hire the Heroes for Hire to stop this dude. And they go, clearly this is failing. Who else knows this guy? Same dude, same blind guy.
Yep.
You dealt with him before. He can deal with him again. He goes, he didn't win, but at least he can help.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And make him the villain, and then eventually you figure out his story. Like, yo, listen, I ain't got any guys against you. You guys are too soft. And right back to what Cap is saying, you can't save everybody. Fortunately for me, everybody's got to die, but you can't save everybody.
Yeah. But you can kill everybody.
You want to put Kingpin in prison? Great. I want to put him in the fucking ground.
Yo, what's a better prison than the coffin?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Punisher's like, fuck trying to save everybody. You might not be able to save everybody, but you can kill everybody.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I would love that Sweet Christmas. He goes, listen, I need your help. Sweet Christmas. You got yourself some heroes.
Oh, yeah.
You just hired some heroes.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Show, give us your take on what you think is going to happen next, you know, as the rookie, like you like to call it.
Oh, as the rookie, let me start off by answering the question y'all got at hand. Because
go ahead.
Somebody I would want him to face next. I know you guys mentioned Kingpin and a couple other people, but I don't want Mr. Negative. I would want him to face the only person that actually killed him before, Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, he's getting his own movie.
The Last Hunt would be great if they do it right.
He's getting his own flick, so maybe. But again, that's Andrew Garfield's universe. So
that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
The Last Hunt.
Apparently, so I heard. Now, this is something I heard off the interwebs. The reason they went with this kind of Spider-Man is because it couldn't do a Kraven movie. I don't know how true that is, but I heard the MCU was like, "Yo, can we do Kraven?" But there was already a movie, show happened, or a movie happened, whatever. But so I read that, and I don't know how, truthful that is. But apparently, the point of this movie was to do Kraven, but they couldn't get it happen, so they were like, let's just do all these Spider-Man, which is weird. It's kind of like, like Cap said, you see a roach in the scene, and you get a shotgun to take it out. It's like, okay, so you don't do Kraven, so you go crazy multiverse, crazy wish, bringing in inspiration from one of the worst Spider-Man comics. Like, you guys are getting cocky now.
It's funny because Kraven is very ground level, so it'd be dope.
Super,
because it would be Safari in New York City, and I love movies like that where there's a heat in New York City. I've seen like two movies like that where you're like, yo, yes, like who's more out of place in New York City than Kraven? But who's gonna excel in New York City better than Kraven? Next to Black Panther, nobody's ever excelled in hunting in New York City like Kraven has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are two people that are literally about the wild, and Kraven goes, you know what? No matter where I hunt, I'm the best. And the fact that he actually catches him, doesn't kill him, but he catches him. He goes, yo, I have nothing else to prove. That's the ultimate game. Like I
Yeah.
caught the guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy.
Yeah. So, all right. So I have a question, and we can start with show answering. But where do you see this movie bringing the rest of the MCU? Like, how does what happened in Spider-Man affect the rest of the MCU?
It is amazing how this shit fucked a lot of things up.
Yeah, I agree.
Amazing.
Coming from a rookie, that's the one problem I had with this movie. I didn't feel like it contributed to the whole scheme. Maybe I'm just spoiled because we just had two awesome.
No, you're
Avenger
making a good point.
Yeah,
You're making a good
this
point.
is why I brought up the question because I don't have an answer. But go ahead.
It didn't contribute to the scheme of the whole thing. Like when you guys put me to watch other movies like Winter Soldier and this movie and that, it's like a fucking like a pie. All those ingredients is what created the apple fucking pie. So you needed a little Winter Soldier, you needed Thor, Ragnarok, you needed this.
Mm-hmm.
This Spider-Man is like, it doesn't weave in the Avengers theory.
Well,
it doesn't help anything out. Like, did he doesn't help.
There's
the
gonna be a lot of
Thor,
it's gonna be a lot of strange stuff, like Doctor Strange.
All
like,
puns intended.
What Doctor Strange, like what he did now, this spell or whatever, there will be repercussions in the multiverse for this. So like maybe when he goes to Wanda later, he asks for help. Maybe it's because the multiverse has just been too fractured now. And I don't know. In that trailer, I saw Shuma Garath. Is that Shuma Garath in the trailer, or is that the other blobby guy? What's his name? The Conquest Destroyer or some shit like that?
There was Vin Totag, do you want to mute yourself so you don't hear any of this?
Yeah.
Fuck toe tags.
So there was a Lego leak.
Yes,
the
that's what it. Yeah,
fighting in the street is an underwater monster
from Neymar.
It's
It's Neymar. It's a Neymar villain.
Oh,
yeah.
Fun fact: because of the 3 Spider-Men, they did a bunch of reshoots to introduce more people. Doctor Strange, they're going back to do more reshoots to introduce more characters. So that's happening.
But how
so
does
get ready? What? How do you do
movie...
reshoot? You go back.
No. I was
going to say you.
So you could put it back on now. You're good.
I was going to ask you, how does this movie help Doctor Strange? I mean,
it leads into
weak.
it.
He's weak as hell.
Yo, you literally go from this. I mean, this is like next day kind of thing. Like Doctor Strange does that, and all of a sudden he turns around and goes, "Shit."
Yeah,
literally. Like this is one of those Monday to Tuesday movies. Like this is Monday, now it's Tuesday, and I'm back in the fire because I fucked
crazy,
up.
But Doctor Strange is for Thanos.
Like Doctor Strange is in the Sorcerer Supreme now. Wong is.
Yep.
When people forget that he's not the Sorcerer Supreme, Wong got it because Strange fucked up.
That makes sense now. Why Wong was in all these other shits?
Exactly. Yeah. When he said he goes, "We got it by default." I go, "No, he got it because you fucked up. Not the fault. You fucked up in the game, Doctor."
And when he does portal out, in this movie, he's going to Carmitage.
Yeah,
you can see it in the back. So he's probably gonna go over there, see what's going on over there. Like,
you know,
apparently he's training. He might be training the Abomination for the Thunderbolts.
Could be.
So, you know,
possibly,
that's a good way to introduce Doctor Doom. Also, because if there's a competition for Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Doom was in that, and that's how he met Doctor Strange to go get his mother from Mephisto.
So they're saying, this is not my theory. But they're saying that they're like, okay, so Spider-Man now has no school records. He's taking his GED. This is like another pie in the sky type of theory. But Spider-Man joins this like little Reed Richards school project in the comics, and that's how he's introduced to Reed Richards.
He was a member of the Fantastic Four.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're
bought the Stark building.
Because he just exactly. So because he can't join school or whatever, they're saying, yo, this would be a great opportunity so that he can go to this program. Like, yo, I had a long story, but I'm super smart. I just can't study anywhere. You think you guys could take me in? And boom, he meets Reed Richards. That's not my theory. That's a pie in the sky theory that I heard, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
It
And
is.
I think at this point we just all want the Fantastic Four and Doom and lead it to X-Men already. I think not that this is getting stale, but people are like just hungry for more. What's next? Like we know Doctor Strange 2 is going to be sick, but who are the new people there? And what is that going to lead to? Like people want the Fantastic Four. I mean, they teased the Fantastic Four 2 years ago or like a year ago. So it's coming. It's just, how do we get there?
You know what's funny? You could introduce Norman Osborn now that this is brand new in his world, in Tom Holland's world.
In Tom Holland's world?
And he goes, listen, we're looking for the biggest and brightest minds, but also Reed Richards is too.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, we'll test you both out. You know what I'm saying? And then through there, you get the Dark Avengers.
The GED,
Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts, could all happen at once. I mean,
the GED thing is going to mean a lot more. I know that.
I mean, I want the Thunderbolts more just because you literally kind of, you have the Dark Avengers really between U.S. Agent, Black Widow's sister, because I always forget her fucking name. Yelena, and then you will have the Abomination.
Isn't Red Hulk in there too?
Yeah,
No,
the Red Hulk.
Ross.
The thing is, if you have the Abomination, the Red Hulk wouldn't make sense. Yeah. One of those brutes got to go.
Yeah.
One of the brutes got to go. So either the Red Hulk kills Abomination or the Abomination is doing something else.
I would love to see. Thunderbolt Ross deserves his super soldier serum. He deserves it.
They missed the timing for
I think so
Hulk
too
to make sense in the MCU.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unless he's gonna take over for the Hulk. But then again, William Hurt is way fucking older.
Yeah, but
like
if you do have the what is it, the multiverse of madness, you can introduce the Red Hulk through that.
Yeah,
true, but it would have to be a different variant and somebody.
They've done that before.
Yeah, and Hulk, and at the end of Shang-Chi, we see that Hulk is normal again. So you could get rid of one of the brutes like that, and maybe there's a clash between Red Hulk or whatever. But it's funny because I started thinking since we were in the topic of lawyers, and I've been watching Daredevil. I was like, okay, so was
She-Hulk?
Bruce Banner? Is he back to normal because he gave She-Hulk his blood?
Well, he wouldn't be able to pierce his skin while he's the Hulk. So
yeah, it has to be.
I'm pretty sure he's Professor Hulk now, so he would be able to draw blood somehow.
No, the blood is the same no matter if he's Bruce or Hulk. That blood is still running through his veins.
His skin is technically impenetrable regardless.
I mean, he'll find a way, I guess, but I'm just saying because to me, I found that very weird because we see him with the sling after Shang-Chi, but he's not Professor Hulk anymore. We're like, what? Maybe that's just how he is projecting himself through this little monitor or whatever. No. Like it's just a hologram. But.
One sec. Totex, have you seen any coming attraction to the She-Hulk show?
No.
All right.
Over years. Fuck toe tags.
I heard you, bitch. You don't wait until I take this shit off. It's like fuck toe tags. Like, no, I can still hear you.
He's still here.
Good.
So, in the trailer, the Hulk is fine. His arm's no longer in the sling.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
he has that classic Bisping thing, right? Where he's standing like, don't make me angry. Which is so dope. But yeah, no, you're right. He's normal. He's good now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the events
is way after.
Like She-Hulk happens before we get to the end of Shang-Chi. So we're gonna see him get through that, and maybe, and in the for him being human, he's still not 100%.
Yeah,
and he's a sling, but the Hulk is fine.
I want to see what's up with that, but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tags.
No, I got really hyped when I heard that they want to do a World War Hulk. I was like, please let's
Yeah,
make that
that's
happen.
like they're
Yeah,
like,
that
yo,
was-
we really want to unleash Hulk now.
Let's listen. You disrespected him with Thanos. Because Thanos
Yeah.
in the comments, I've said this plenty of times. He goes, yo, there's one person I hate fighting, and that's the Hulk. Why? He doesn't stop. He keeps going. I do whatever I do. He still shows up again. The guy does not know how to stop.
Can peep this.
Uh-huh.
Thanos has a green daughter. He
Yeah.
had to kill her to get the Soul Stone.
Uh-huh.
Drax is a green guy who's supposed to be built to fight Thanos. We
Uh-huh.
turn around like, fuck it, no, he's not. The Hulk is another green guy who Thanos is like, I hate fighting him. And the MCU was like, who gives a shit? Beat his ass. What the fuck is with
Yeah,
this?
it's racist to green people.
Racist
Don't
to
wear
green
green.
people.
There's some green racism. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And we,
for
and we
real.
say it all the time that we love the greenies.
Yeah, hell yeah, yo.
That sounds racist, though. My
Just
bad.
throwing it
I
out
can't
there.
say-
Just throwing it
Let me
out
not
there.
say
The
greenies.
only person
Greenies.
that's not of another descent, Sildano, Batista. They're both one's Filipino, one's Dominican. Just
Yeah,
see that?
right?
throw it out there. I'm reaching, but it's funny to see that.
You know, but
It
you're on the cusp of something. Like your fingertips are touching something. You're reaching, but your
You gotta
fingertips
remember.
are touching
You
something.
gotta remember. The oldest racist company is Disney. You gotta remember.
Yeah.
This is
Disney's
true.
hella.
This is
Disney
true.
been
And
racist. and
YouTube
they've
is
been-
on its
they've
way.
They've been blatantly racist. Like a lot of those cartoons were bad, really bad. There's a lot of racist shit.
We're
Man.
talking about some old school big lip white face. Yeah, we're getting into that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're getting into that.
What is that called again? That
Black-
kind of thing where the
Oh shit, yeah.
A menstrual
it's,
show.
what is it?
A menstrual show where they had the
Yeah,
big
but
lips.
it
and white
had a
lips.
name for it itself, and it's Bam something or I can't get it. It sounds like Bamboozle.
Like what? Like what do you mean? Like when they?
Oh,
like
yeah, like
the
there was a movie
black
too,
the
with
big red
with
lips,
the big lips, like
bamboozle.
Yes,
You're right.
Yes,
The big red
jigaboos,
lips,
Jigaboos.
the
Jigaboo. There we go.
black
Something like that,
face. Yeah.
which is a
Yeah,
horrible
Jigaboos.
term. Which is a horrible term.
horrible. Yeah,
Horrible term. Like the way the Jay-Z video was filmed. A little
Yes.
while back. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. But the fun part is
That was basically in Tom and Jerry. That was the nanny. That's who
Oh, yeah.
that was. The
Mhm.
servant, the help. That the house worker. Like that was it. Super racist. I'm not saying that
it was
it's
it was
Disney,
it
but
was it was Aunt Jemima, but not Aunt Jemima.
yeah, man. Tom and Jerry Disney?
No, not at all.
No, that's Warner Brothers.
That's Warner.
Mhm.
Okay, I was about to say because the
Hey,
motherfuckers is also
Probably
racist,
racist too.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Tom and Jerry? Oh, shit, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
For a long time, I thought it was Disney. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Nah, Disney didn't get that violent with their cartoons.
All right, so
Anyway,
yeah, so
fucking Punisher logo.
Let's
So
let's wrap it
yeah.
up. We gone
yeah,
on for a
before
while.
yo, so next week, whether we have to record it or we're live, I would like to get into Miles Morales.
Yes.
How he is in the comics, his origin,
Yes.
how he could fit in the MCU, like most like his baddest villains, things that we wouldn't know, things that are similar to Spider-Man. Basically, we're just gonna teach me and show about Miles Morales.
He's in the MCU already. They've referred to him.
No, yeah, they
Yeah.
refer to his uncle, and I like how Jamie Foxx was like, "Yo, I would figure you were black with all
And
the
he,
shit you
and
went
he
through."
said it, and I mean, I'm guessing.
Gotta
I'm
be
guessing.
black.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I'm guessing. I would guess then. Childish Gambino, Daniel Glover. I would guess he's the Prowler then, right?
Yeah.
Well, he is Aaron Miles, but he's not the Prowler.
Okay.
Yeah,
So like, cause they have that scene where he's like, "Yo, Miles, I'm not gonna be able to make it in the
Yo.
first Spider-Man or the
I have
Mahershala Ali was a way cooler Prowler.
yes."
Race-wise.
Yeah.
Way cooler.
I also have a suggestion for an upcoming thing.
Sure.
I want to throw out a challenge where Lay and Cabs, you guys decide amongst yourself. You either pick toe tags or show whoever you want on your team,
Mhm.
and we do like a little trivia game.
okay, yeah, that
Okay,
sounds good.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
That's
come up
dope.
with the questions and host the
You
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't play. You can't play. You can't play because you're just too good.
Yo,
I still want to do defend the character that you don't like.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we could do that too. All right,
I-
so we could.
I was talking to a friend of mine. He goes, "Yo, you got to do Cyclops." I go, "Ah, shit, I know I do, because I hate Cyclops." but I was like, I gotta defend Cyclops. I have to.
I don't like
I hate him so
Aquaman.
much
I don't like
that I have to.
Aquaman, but Aquaman is easy to defend.
No, see what I'm saying? But you have to. It has to be somebody you really hate.
Yeah.
But it, you know, like for you, it's gonna be hard to defend. Like, there's no way you can justifiably defend the guy in your mind. You're like, yo, everything about this character I can't stand. I can't stand it, but I gotta. It's like, you know, like a lawyer defending.
Yeah, you
defend
do
the
Sylvie,
client you don't
Cap does Star Lord.
See? Yeah. No, we got it. It got to be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So
That
think
would
about
be
a character
fun, too.
you absolutely can't stand, you despise. Next level, Killmonger, and you figure it out. You go from there.
I mean, Killmonger is actually cool in the comics, though.
No, he's great. By the way,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's just I didn't like
He's
him.
got a character that you know from the heart of hearts.
When I
You
saw
would never
that
do it.
portrayal, when I first saw Black Panther, I hated Killmonger so much. I did like a rant. I posted on Instagram, and then I actually, before I looked stupid on the gram, I looked up information on Killmonger, and I'm like, man, this is off. This is off.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So,
yeah.
Show, you want to sign us out with your final thoughts or anything? Because you was kind of quiet this whole thing, and I want to get you involved.
No. Final. I
was. Shut
was.
the fuck up.
This is true.
I was.
Especially when I took my headphones off.
I was in my pockets, man. I was letting the passionate people talk, and I was just capturing what I saw and mixing it with what they were saying, and actually putting it together because I saw it from a different angle. I was listening to your brother, and I was listening to everything he was saying, and I was understanding what he was saying. I understand that he wanted it to go one way, but it went another. But coming from the dumbass point of view that doesn't know shit.
Oh, YouTube's?
No, me. Well, me and YouTube's.
Nah. Hold on, wait. We gotta wait. Time on. We got a rule here, Show. You don't put yourself down, especially when you're one of my fucking co-hosts. Maybe
You're
a guest,
amazing, man.
Maybe
You're
a guest, maybe a guest, or maybe a representative from YouTube. We could talk shit about, but you don't talk shit about like that for yourself, bro. I've been telling you this shit for years.
So the call up just left and never came back.
Yeah. He hit me up on the thing saying that he had to leave. Yeah, I think he had to go to work and shit. But yo, Show.
So
we're gonna go to court.
Remember,
you cannot say that shit.
I sent you that link for all of the Thanos thing, or the Infinity Wars thing, Infinity Gauntlet thing, and you read all of them and you gave us information, brother. You know what I'm saying, brother? You have to understand, bro. Just say anything, doesn't matter. Yo, son, all of us started one way, right? I didn't know shit about comics at one point. I picked a character, I went with it. Cap, everybody does it.
Believe that, to be honest, yo, that is the best way. Just pick a character you like, start reading, and that'll branch off into different characters. Always. Exclusively, 100% of the time, the character you look up will lead to other characters and interesting shit, and then you go and you go and you go and you go. Yeah. That's the thing. But the thing about me, like, when I started the MCU, literally after every MCU movie, I was looking back on the internet. So that's how I kind of learned a few things. I remember comic book stuff from way back, but like a lot of this new comic book stuff, like all these new issues, like these graphic novels, I stopped with New 52 and, you know, New Gods. Like I was like, man, I can't keep up, and it just got really expensive too. Those fucking little graphic novels, some of them be like 50, 60, 70 bucks. Like, yo, chill.
You try to get that collection, that like one collection of
that's
all
$300.
Yo, the Max series is like $200. I'm like, yo, my man, I have shit free online.
Google.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, listen, from Punisher to Daredevil, from Daredevil to Taskmaster, from Taskmaster to Cap, you know what I mean? Kind of going like that. Same thing, Batman, Nightwing, Red Hood. On, you know what I'm saying? So one character leads to another. All you got to do is just read one or two, man, and you'll get hooked. Easily.
Yep.
Yeah, you read the Infinity Wars, so.
Word. It gets more confusing than that.
But also, we're not trying to make you do homework. You know.
Yeah,
no. I appreciate.
I think
knowing where to start because I enjoy. I enjoy most of this.
I think your favorite character would have to be Deadpool.
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about that. It's either Deadpool or Daredevil.
I think Deadpool because Deadpool breaks the fourth wall.
They'll both lead to my guy. So there it is.
There you go.
You're not gonna get far from there. Two of my favorites from Punisher and Wolverine. So it's like You're gonna go from Wolverine. You go to everybody.
Even though Spider-Man didn't do, I mean, I like those characters that can be serious
Spider-Man
but funny in their pocket.
Spider-Man and Deadpool are very close, and their banter's hilarious. When
Deadpool,
well,
they're close in that Deadpool loves Spider-Man, and Spider-Man can't get rid of Deadpool. It's like that, which is kind of cool.
In fact, when Spider-Man's not around, Deadpool will go to his house and clean his room for him. It's stupid.
Deadpool's so weird.
And they never mixed them in the movies. They never put.
They didn't have the rights. They didn't have the rights until like now.
No, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is now. He's gonna be in it now. Give it time.
Yeah.
Okay. Little cameo.
Wait, he was what was the movie that Ryan Reynolds was listed under? Was it Strange 2? He was in the IMDb for one of these movies.
I think
and, like, the world went nuts.
All right, hold up.
Oh shit! Fuck toe tags. Now he can't hear me.
I don't want to know if he's in another movie. If he's in an MCU movie.
No.
Fuck him.
It's unconfirmed bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay. All right.
It's not facts.
I knew it because
Well,
that shit seemed fake as fuck to me.
All right. Well, yo, on that note, it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and anybody who watches this review. You got the most in-depth shit that you can ever get from any other fucking person because not only did we take it personal, we took it factual, and we took it from both sides of the court, on the bench, newbies, guys that are well versed in the world, and all the other shit. So if you have any comments for yourself, something that we left out, put it in the comments below. We'll reach out to you no matter when you do it.
One last thing. If Spider-Man shows up tomorrow in Hawkeye, the next time we start this podcast, I want you to put that song Hollywood Swinging for me, and I'm going to dance for like 4 seconds.
There you go.
Like, Hollywood.
There you go.
And then just go back. Yeah.
That's it.
But it's not happening.
One last thing. If you have personal baggage and shit, and you haven't seen Spider-Man, leave that shit out the door.
Word.
And check your bags.
And
And
for the two other...
Go in as a fan.
Yeah.
Watch.
And for
sometimes you just gotta watch stuff.
Yeah, and for the two other people in this universe that watch movies like Cap do, don't go in there with your bags.
There's a lot of I've heard these arguments. He's not alone. He's not alone. He's not alone.
Yeah,
and it was very well articulated. And like I'm G shit Cap. Like your information is valuable. Same thing with you, Led. Like I love seeing both of y'all go at it because y'all really. Because y'all got what I sort of lack, which is like the new comic book knowledge. Like you guys know old comics, which I know, but you guys know new comics too. So it's always fun to hear you guys talk. And I'm actually very excited about that trivia game. You're gonna be like Ross from Friends. The lightning round.
and real quick, if don't do this shit for Fantastic Four. Leave those other movies where they're at. We don't need we don't need a Fantastic Four verse.
No.
Yeah, fuck that. Make a new one. Make a new one and leave it new.
If you want to bring Lawrence Fishburne as Silver Surfer, I'm down. But you can't because he's in that man anyways.
And if you want to make it rated R and have Jessica Alba naked, we're not gonna fight you with that either. And on that note,
even with them old wrinkly skins.
Word. And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Love y'all.
Wait a minute.
Sorry about today.
You want a naked?
We'll be back next
surfer?
week.
What? He said he wanted somebody naked on Silver Surfer.
Technically, the Silver Surfer's naked.
The entire time.
No, he is. No, he is.
What the hell?
You see pants on the man?
No, he said he wanted Jessica Alba naked.
Oh, okay. I messed up. My bad. You know I'm crazy.
Man,
Yo, Kaz.
I wish I didn't have to work.